that is still just a way to start things off. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and happy time zones, everybody. Dan! Bro, 4 months in a row, right off the rip. Thank you very, very much, man. Good evening, everybody. Again, wonderful to see you all. Thank you so much for joining us. We're back at it. It's been on my mind all day. Go fucking figure, right? I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys had a great start to your week. And welcome back, dude. Let's vibe. Let's get going. Right into things. Look, some things happened. I was going to try to avoid it. Some things happened, and, you know, unfortunately, I had to trim it up, and, some things happened. That's it. Yeah. Hey, DJ, thank you for that host, dude. Bro, is that Juicy J?
I see. So Marquis Ragnar will be absent as well. I take it this means House High Arms will be the only one of the 4 great houses in attendance.
Would that it were different.
Patty cakes. No, wife did not. Wife did not make me shave it off. Went for the trim, dug in a bit too much, and next thing you know, everything was fucking lopsided. So I just had to and trim it up, and it'll be back in like a year. As best I can.
For all of his faults, Marquis Ragnar is a man of principle, which makes his continuing house arrest for his actions during the Civil War all the more unfortunate.
One can't be too careful with a man who can lead his own militia. Though compared to the Governor General of Crossbell, he's a mere child playing with toys.
Rugged Mount Clean looks nice, bro. Ichigo, thank you. You're gonna make my fucking bald start blushing, bro.
Useless.
I bet Walter trimmed your beard, bro. I bet you if I glued it to Walter's chin, he'd be like, what's this? Rouse, I know. It happened. Nothing worse than taking it a little too short. So I tried to blend it myself, starting with my sideburns. And, you know, wouldn't you know, I'm a butcher by trade, by almost nearly 19 years, and not a barber. So lessons have been learned, and it's unfortunate, but luckily, hopefully, it'll grow back. Fucking fingers crossed on that one. Witcher Mad Max, what's up, dude? Liberator C, Angelic Productions, everybody, good to see you all. Look at Juicy J, bro! The head of House Alborea.
Sorry, just idle thoughts. By the by, what kind of man is this Marquis Ballad?
Bro, butchered your beard? I did for sure. But at least I trimmed it up and made it all clean and, you know, nice straight line. Shit happens. Did what we did. Now here we are.
Every bit the man the rumors make him out to be. Foolhardy and greedy, but dangerously savvy when it comes to matters of personal gain. I can't even imagine how his presence will disrupt our conference, and I'm unfortunate enough to be his caretaker.
Bro, Juicy definitely cleaned up well.
Well, with your father there, I can't imagine he'll be too much of a terror.
Shadow King, mistakes were made. They most certainly were.
Marquis High Arms tends to have a sobering effect on people.
Very true. My father does not suffer fools gladly. But after the recent incidents in Crossbell and Sutherland, there's no telling what to expect. You would do well to exercise caution yourself.
You hardly need to remind me. Besides, I'm going to be among people I trust.
That's right. I suppose the conference does overlap with the branch campus's field exercises.
Yeah!
Something else for me to look forward to. It will be a pleasure to see Class 1's former rivals reunited after all.
Yo, patty cakes, distinguished gentlemen. Orbital laptops.
Lord Eustace, your visitor has arrived.
Dude, I've been wondering this whole time, like, where Scarlet's been, because the last time we saw Scarlet, she was here.
Yes, let her in.
Right this way, young lady.
Thanks.
Okay, no, that's Yo! Bro, Juicy's gotta love this.
How's it going, Eustace? Long time no see.
Hello, Milliam.
Oh, has he warmed up?
You're a little late.
Hey, it's not my fault it takes so long to get approved. Why do I need to get permission every time I want to see you anyway?
The reason should be obvious, given each of our positions.
Yeah!
Oh,
Hey!
bro,
Dodging's no fair.
denied.
Sometimes I fear you'll never learn. You're 15 now, aren't you? Would it kill you to act a bit more ladylike?
Lammy!
Oh, Wampa.
Think fast!
Oh, hell.
There it is.
Gotcha!
Aw, dude.
Get off me! You can't just jump on someone in an outfit like that.
Oh, you want to compare fashion notes, Mr. Fancy Haircut? But fine, if it keeps you from getting any more wrinkles.
Just get off.
Bro, I love it. Their rapport grew so much, man.
Now
Yo,
this is
DC,
good.
what's up, man? Handsome as ever invalid. What's happening, broski?
Every bit as tasty as the pancakes Tilly and I had earlier.
You know, the children in town are starting to act more like you. Why do I get the feeling you've been teaching them?
Milliam used hug. It is super effective.
Well, we have been hanging out a little. Every time I come visit you, I get to know them a little better. They're all really good kids.
That they are. So what if she was artificially created? She's just like any other girl.
Bro, she is eating invisible chocolate cake. How does that fork taste, kid?
Aside from her complaints about not getting taller anyway.
Something on your mind?
Dude, she is so friggin' adorable, though, dude.
Not at all. So, how are things on your end? As for me, my schedule remains unchanged.
All right. Even with all the crazy stuff that's happened, I should be good to go.
Milliam defeated Juicy J. Juicy J dropped cake and Earl Red tea. Yeah, Dark Fantasy Realms. I think, like, her new voice actor did a phenomenal job as well.
Are you excited?
I suppose the place is so pretty that it would feel like a vacation. Even if we're walking into what is essentially a carnival of villainy.
Oh, dude, are we going to Tatooine?
You've got a way with words, Eustace. I just wish I had access to more information. Even if most of the classified stuff is just about nobles and the Bracer Guild.
I wouldn't worry about it. That's standard operating procedure for the intelligence division. Though, I imagine your status as an Ironblood gets you more leeway than others.
Still, if I had the same clearance as Lecter, I could be so much more helpful to everyone from Class 7.
Milliam annoyed me originally, but oh my god, did she change my opinion? Dude, I mean, not only, I didn't mind her original voice actor, I like the new one as well, but I think with everybody's, and I think like the only exception currently that I can tell, like Eustace sounds a bit more distinguished, but I don't feel as though it's like leaps and bounds, a la, say, Reen, maybe, like grown-up Reen, you know what I mean? Like he has that kind of like a more distinguished, like, older voice.
Reen, Halisa, and Machias seem to have it especially tough. Bea and Sarah, though, I think they can take care of themselves.
You don't have to worry about taking care of any of us. Besides, the fact that you're a part of Class 7 means so much more to us than any political favor you could offer.
Bro, you just, dude, that's amazing.
I'm giving you another hug.
Oh, yeah.
No, you are not.
He's like, denied.
Wait, what's that sound?
Baku, what's happening, handsome? How are you? There's this person that I've watched as of late. His name is Baku-san, JRPG. Quite possibly one of the friendliest and most devilishly handsome weebs I have ever encountered in my life. Bar none. Just saying. Your goose is cooked, big dog. Hey, man, I didn't get an opportunity to tell you, but in all sincerity, congratulations, man. I know that you were stressing a ton about the job situation, and I'm glad everything worked out for you, dude.
Ah, it must be Class 7 related. I wonder what happened.
No way.
Could it be?
Been a while, Eustace.
Oh, yeah! Bro, even he got a fucking glow up with the new hairdo.
Oh, and Milliam is with you too.
Gaius!
Best win, bro. Let's go, man. Bro, I'm telling you. Yeah, Baku, man, and obviously I know you were sweating it. And I would imagine many others would have, myself included, so I'm very, very happy that everything worked out for you, bro. The Entertainment City. Casino. This Jaeger v. Jaeger crime makes me sick. Choppy chop. Oofda. Bro, at least I know Jaegers are as susceptible to KO as I was. To those fucking attacks, bro.
Wow, they're really going at it.
I'm gonna leave you guys in suspense. I don't know why I didn't do this. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. Already. Sorry. I know. Mistakes were made. It's okay. We're all set now, though. I hustled. It sounded like Shirley. Whew, facts.
I figured Needhog would be good, but the other guys are no slouches themselves. Betcha they'll give us a pretty good fight.
They've both been in shambles ever since the Civil War.
Gareth.
The dragon lost its head. And as for the other group...
Guess this makes it a fight neither side can afford to lose. I'd like to have a battle with a certain someone myself.
You wouldn't be talking about little old me now, would you?
Dude,
Easy now, Blitz.
how is this? I can't wrap my head around it, man. Oh my gosh, it's Ocean Gale. Everybody run! I'm just kidding. How are you, handsome?
I'm unarmed, see? I should be the one on edge here.
Hey, recycled NPC, how are you, man?
Sorry, but I'd rather not take any chances.
That's kind of the voice I thought would sound like Niall.
Not with someone who can go toe-to-toe with Lord Balder.
Aw, lighten up. Can't you relax around an old drinking buddy?
I think Daddy might be the only person who could drink with you and not be nervous. That said...
How is this possible?
This is pretty weird. I saw you and Uncle Balder kill each other with my own eyes. And now you're here. Does this have something to do with that cool purple shadow thing?
Hey, Runic Tablet, how are you, man?
Who can say?
You probably could, but you're choosing not to.
Seriously, you don't really want to start a fight in a place like this, do you? The two of you against little old me? I'd have zero chance of winning.
You're real funny, old man. But I get it. We're all just observers this time.
Thank you,
So,
absolutely.
once you get things squared away with your business, come pay us a visit.
Hey, Walter, I don't know what you're eating, but it's definitely not food.
We'll be waiting.
Excuse us, Jaeger King.
Respect where it is due.
Really had me sweating there. Old man like me would stand a chance against all that youthful exuberance.
Oh, shit. Smoke him if you got him.
Don't you think?
Oh, what? What?
I'm just talking to myself. Don't let it spook you.
Oh, what?
The Colonel, your dad, took good care of me back in the day. Introduced me to my favorite brand of smokes. By the way, I meant to thank you for taking care of Fee.
Bro, like they put her name as like question mark, question mark, question mark. Like, no!
Chasing us from battlefield to battlefield's all well and good, but raising that kid right is what really matters. Even if you're practically a kid yourself.
Dude, that guy's just like smoking some tobacco products. Sarah was hiding behind a fucking rock the whole time. My soulmate.
Yikes. That was just like 3 years ago. Colonel. I haven't heard that in a while.
Totally unimportant character, right? Yeah, just a red-haired woman. No big deal.
Bloody Shirley. No, the Sanguine Ogre. She had to have noticed me too. I've been off the front lines for too long. Meanwhile, Fee's been picking up skill after skill. I'm really starting to feel my age. Wait, what am I saying? I'm only 27. Well, almost 28, but either way, I'm too young to be old.
I'm too young to be old.
Okay, Sarah, focus. We've got two of the strongest Jaeger corps, the Dragons and these Jaegers in purple, battling it out. One way or another, things are gonna come to a head. For me and for the kids.
Her outfit is a little risque. I mean, I didn't want to come right out and say it, but I mean, I do think she's showing off a little bit too much collarbone, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you folks. It's quite a bit of collarbone.
And you know, even if he is a far cry from the Viscount, I have to admit, the Jaeger King is a real fox.
What a fox.
Wow.
Bro, I love Sarah. My fucking soulmate.
Well, someone's early for a change.
Dupes?
Basking in its glory?
Dude, Walter, you need to get off of my feet, brother. I love you, but move, please.
Even I was surprised when I first saw it.
Yeah. I hear there's another one in a place called Nord.
Oh, really?
Yes. Just about the same size, too. Even though it's a very different shape. Wait, is something bothering you?
No. I don't sense any power within this thing. It's nothing but a shell. Just makes me wonder where the insides went.
Insides?
Sorry we're late.
No, it's okay, please. You and your instant transmission, it's nothing, really.
Have you been a good girl, Duvalie?
Took you too long enough.
I said sorry. Oh, the almighty conflagration is with you.
My, are we interrupting something intimate?
Don't even joke about that. I would never. Especially not with some lazy, irresponsible bum like him.
Oh yeah, she digs him.
Never is right. No man could ever sway a little lord's pet like her.
Ooh, the shade back and forth.
Well, aside from maybe that Ashen kid, isn't he your type?
Bro, Reen really does just pull them all home.
Oh.
Dear me.
Absolutely not! And what do you mean, Lord's pet? If anything, Mick Byrne, you don't have enough respect for the Anguis.
Bro, Kenshi, how was work, brother? Good to see you, man. I hope you are excellent, my friend.
I guess that makes two of us.
Hello, Campy.
It's you.
This is the only thing I hate about the Cold Steel series. There shouldn't be all these love interest choices. Yeah. If I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, I feel like the whole bonding thing, all it did was pit people against each other. Like, it pit fans of the games and the characters against one another. And I feel like it's a shame, dude. If they had just, you know, gone in one direction, like, this is who, none of that bonding stuff, maybe more people could get along. Fortunately, that hasn't happened here, and I'm very, very happy for that. But it's just a shame, dude.
It has been a while, fool.
I think it ruins the character development for a lot of characters. So Arp and Zero, like Ocean Gale had mentioned to me, because I admittedly, and I don't want to go too far down this rabbit hole, like, I don't see everybody's infatuation with Laura. I really don't. Maybe it's because she's a more grounded character who doesn't need a particular lot of development. I'm not sure. I'm not on board. I think she's wonderful in battle. I think she's a great character. They're all great characters. I just don't see a lot of people's love for her in terms of like her and Reen being together. That being said, it has loosely been explained to me that a lot of the stuff that you learn about Laura as a character is more or less kind of locked behind bonding events, which, again, I want to make sure I give credit where it is due. What Arp and Zero said, it kind of, yeah, you know what I mean? Like why have that behind bonding events and bonding points? Like, why can't we just see that character development throughout? You know what I'm saying? Just my personal take. That's it.
When was the last time? The crossbell incident?
People like her because big sword. I get it, man. I like her because big sword, too.
I believe so. Though we've all been busy roaming across the continent, so I won't hold it against you.
Neo, if you see the final bonding event from Cold Steel 2, then you will see why most of us like her. Again, I mean, I will watch it, probably on a replay. But again, it does boil down to subjectivity, in my opinion. But like I said, like, to digress a little bit, I just, like, the whole bonding thing, all it does is, like, splinter a fandom. You know what I mean? And it stinks. Out of the four main girls, Laura's at the bottom for me, but I still like her, just not as much. Yeah, same here. Just because I like character X, Y, and Z before characters A, B, and C doesn't mean I like them any. Like, I don't, like, dislike them, but it's just, yeah, man, I don't get it. Favorite team is the SSS? Oof, Runic Tablet. My heart. My heart. Hey, Richie, how are you, man? Again, we'll get beyond this, but back, like, to the original point, to what Dark Fantasy Realm said. Yeah, dude, it's like, the bonding points just kind of, like, it splinters the fandom. It, like, pits people against each other, inadvertently. Because people are incredibly passionate about the characters that they like, And so, yeah, I mean, that can create some friction, unfortunately. It's like having Milliam not crying behind a bonding event. The whole thing at the end is a very different punch depending on whether you viewed it or not. Absolutely. Abso-friggin-lutely, man. And, I mean, I guess you could, like, that could tie back into, like, replayability. I get that, sure. But, like, if your games are going to be 100+ hours, you might as well just fucking funnel it all into one playthrough. With as stout and hearty as all the characters and the storylines and the world is, like replayability, man, like, I would replay it. Like, I'm gonna replay it. And not because of, like, the bonding events, because of, like, just, I'm infatuated with it. Warblade, how are you, man? Good to see you. Senor Good Times, what's up, dude?
With that, all of us who were stationed to the west are here. Except Shirley, that is.
Yeah, the crazy ogre chick's off getting a read on the front lines.
Yeah, Gaming's 5, positively, dude. And that's something we're definitely we're gonna go down the road on that one for sure.
The thought of her off on her own scares me a little. But we have preparations to make before our beautiful and proud lord arrives.
There's no need for that.
Oh my god, is it her?
My lord.
Oh shit!
I didn't expect you to arrive so early.
It is! Oh yeah!
My lord, I'm so glad you're here.
In 3D, man! Wow, dude! Starting a chapter like this. God damn!
I didn't think I would get to see you so soon.
Hot, sweaty, I need fan. I need max fan, stat. Everybody take a knee.
I thought we had several days left to wait.
Did something change among the Anguis?
Yes. The Oathbreaker and Lady Maribel decided to take on Arteria.
Wait, what?
And the professor completed the final ion earlier than planned.
Sounds like he's been working hard.
He probably didn't like what happened to his last one.
Ah, Campanella and McBurn. How long has it been? About a year?
Sounds about right.
Still wearing that clunky helmet of yours, I see.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I might have broken it.
There's a nice breeze right now, so why don't you take it off?
Dude, does McBurn have the hots? See what I did there? No pun intended. 4.
McBurn! How dare you say that to our lord?
Now, Duvalie. He's no subject of mine. Since we're ahead of schedule, why don't we have a little duel?
Bro.
If you can manage to tear this helm from my head, I'll be able to feel the lovely breeze you mentioned.
Yes, let's go!
Nah, I'm good. Not because I think I'll lose, but because I don't think I can actually win. Just like all of our other fights.
What?
You're right. Although, the outcomes may have been different had you taken my sword lessons more seriously.
Damn it, don't treat me like I'm Louve.
Oh.
Just what is their relationship?
Wow, dude, what?
Now let us begin. The third of our experiments to reclaim the Phantasmal Blaze Plan, to determine whether or not a vessel can gain power through combat.
Bro, is this that white ion? Is that like the white ion, just the new model? Bro. Pulse of Steel. Holy shit. All right. Well, we ended chapter 2 on an absolute high. One of the highest of highs. And now here we are, just rolling right into chapter 3. High. Jesus. I've been waiting. I've been wondering when we were going to see her. Wow, we are just cooking. Cooking right along. NBD. June 10th, we passed my wedding anniversary. June. The hydrangeas began to bloom, heralding the beginning of summer. In Leaves, situated just west of Heimdall, light rain showers came and went. And we're gonna read the next, the black record too. High, super high. Like, I'm talking,
Sup, bro?
like,
Hey, man, I work for, like, the radio station. There you go, bro.
monk style high. What a nice guy. Neo, favorite squad. Liberal team, the SSS Class 7 or new Class 7? It's gotta go with Liberal team. Has to. It, like, as much, I love them all. I love them all. But Liberal is where my heart is at. That and Crossbell, dude, like, for real. Hey, Leia, I'm sorry, buddy. I just saw you up there. How are you, my friend? It's good to see you. Like, that's where my heart lies, because that's where I got into this series, was in Liberal. Well, it officially looks like a zombie movie outside here. If the zombies come for me, hope I can run fast enough. Rhea, what is wrong, bud? Are you okay? Yeah, Kenshi, I'm with you, man. But her and Joshua, for me, are, like, my top two, man. Like, I can't... And again, that's never, and I know I say this so much, it's never an indictment on any of the other characters. It's just, I love them. I love them. Been lurking lately, busy evenings this week, but always watching. I'm great, thanks. How are you? All is well, and I appreciate you very much. Again, I hope the family is excellent. I hope you guys are excellent. And I hope you had an excellent start to your week, my friend. After 2 field exercises, the branch campus's reputation began to spread far and wide. And with this renown came additional funding and equipment to enhance the school. We're about 13 hours away from the last Smash Bros. DLC. Probably going to be Sora, Master Chief, or Crash Bandicoot, but Reen would be preferred. Oh, dude, I would love it. Yeah, it's supposed to be dropping on the 5th, right? Is it Agate? AKA get ready for a storm tomorrow, no matter who it is. Yeah, dude. In addition, the campus welcomed some new faculty. Oh, really? Bex and Josette? Say what? In a student store now. Becky, a graduate of Thor's main campus, opened a student store. Rosine and Vivi. Oh, wait, no, that's not Vivi. My bad. Brutopia is the best squad. Like, it might sound a little biased, but I agree with you. 110% Kenshi. Brutopia is where my heart is at. We are the best squad. Bet. Due to her training at St. Ursula Medical College, Lindy was the perfect candidate to take over the medical office. I like Brutopia, but Neil's kind of sus. Whoever the fuck this new guy is that got rid of his beard, he definitely still looks super fucking dapper in his florals. Like, there's no denying that. At all. If Brutopia is going to be a squad, we're going to need our Anguis and Enforcers. Everyone go pick a cool-sounding nickname. Yes! Let's do it. I like that. Can we make whoever the Grandmaster is going to be, like, can we just pick it out of a hat and then only one person will know who the Grandmaster is. Like, so like we'll pick the Grandmaster's name out of a hat, and then we'll look, and like I'll know, and then whoever the Grandmaster is will know. And then that'll be it. Who are you? What have you done with him? Some things happened. I tried to trim. I trimmed too short. I had to trim off. It's, yikers. Dude. Hey, Volpes, thanks, my guy. It's rather unfortunate. I didn't want it to come to this, but at least I still got to keep some of it, you know? And so that extra foot and so that was there, you know, it'll be back in like another year-ish. Who knows? And though it was only a few, there were some important transfers among the students. Yo, Baku, you can highlight any message you want. Also, Baku. Also, Volpes. Also, everybody. Exclamation point giveaway. We are giving away 2 $50 Steam gift cards at the completion of this playthrough of Trails of Cold Steel 3. You must be in chat the night we do the giveaway. That's it. Did you freak out, Youngblood? Bro, didn't even notice. Didn't notice, wasn't phased. Didn't notice one bit. Maybe tomorrow morning he'll freak out, but like I've always said, Youngblood will never grow up with dad not having a beard. It'll be there forever. I need for practice. Bought a couple of new games today regardless of knowing nothing about them, even in terms of gameplay or what they are about. I like them. Warblade, what'd you get, man? Thank you, Baku. We're gonna call this, we can call, like, this form of the beard, like Midnight Lavender. Midnight Love. It's so corny. Holy shit. Ogre mode Neo? Dude, stone cold. Neo 316 says, I just played some Trails. Who did we get for transfers? Midnight Love. I'm just saying. My husband shaved his without telling me a while ago as a joke. Who was laughing at that? And it spooked both kids? Bro, poor kids, Leia. If we had... Okay, hold on. If we had to pick a name, mine will be the Cursed Grim Reaper, since I'm kind of going off of my OC. I dig it. I respect it. Midnight Love. Midnight Love. Can we, like... What can we... Like, I don't have, like... No, I can't. Midnight Love. Midnight Love. Oh, can we, like, really... Can we... Do you want to demonize it? Can we demonize it? Do you guys want to do that? That's part of my bag of tricks. I only bust that out at appropriate times, but... Midnight Love. Just saying. See, I only pull it out on special occasions. There, it just happened. And some tea to boot. It's time for Halloween, and holy shit. If you've seen my playthroughs of like Zero and Azure, I pulled them out frequently. It worked, not frequently, but like they worked well. Man, it's already the weekend. I can't believe it's been 3 weeks since we got back from Crossbell. Time sure does fly. No, Dawn, it is a Yamaha MG10XU mixing board. We got back 19 days ago to be exact. Tomorrow's our free day, but I feel like I still have a little energy left. Aw, looks like you've gotten a bit tougher, Allie. Leo told me you're doing pretty good in swimming club. Yeah, game is lost. I got this, and I feel like it works best for me, personally. Although I've never used a Go XLR, but I've heard that they're wonderful. I heard that they are absolutely phenoms. I still can't swim more than 40 arj, though. It seems you've been working hard at tennis practice yourself, Yuna. In fact, I've heard you're to have an exhibition match with a high school in Heimdall. Yeah, apparently their tennis club was just founded, too, so we figured it'd be the perfect matchup. I hope the rain clears up. I want to get in some practice before school. According to the forecast, it should be sunny after 4 p.m. Just swim 40 yards. It's not that hard. But judging from your grades, Yuna, shouldn't you be studying instead? You're so predictable. Well, the finals are still a month away, so you've got some time. There's no way I've got enough time for club practice and studying. You don't have to practice for any matches in chess club, do you, Kurt? Actually, we have a match set up with another high school as well. A significant amount of my study time has gone to reading over match transcripts and teaching the game to Sydney. I forgot what a brainiac you are. Why, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. These two have been getting along lately. Oh yeah, I was checking out the campus store this morning and it's pretty nice. They've got stuff from all over for sale. I also picked up the latest Imperial Chronicle there. That shop is run by Instructor Reen's fellow graduate, Miss Becky, correct? This school is, at last, starting to resemble a real military school. The buildings have always been nice, but they were sort of empty on the inside. I feel like the medical office and gardening area have finally started running too. I think Miss Lindy, the one running the medical office, also went to Thor's with Instructor Reen. And Sandy's done an amazing job with the gardening area. On top of all that, we also have some new Panzer Soldat models. I'm surprised to hear you read the Imperial Chronicle, though. I'd have thought you'd find it boring, given that most of its articles cover the Imperial mainland. Well, I've been trying to be more open lately. Yes, growth. Love it. Also, they run an article on Crossbell every now and then, so I've been trying to pick up the new issues when I can. Oh, and there was something in the table of contents I was going to ask about. What's this big conference thing about? Oh, is it that time of year already? I think it's later than usual. The Imperial Provincial Council held once a year, is a gathering of all the highest-ranking aristocrats in the Empire. None whose title is lesser than Count are permitted entry. Traditionally, it's been organized by the four great houses. Last year it was held in St. Arc and hosted by Marquis Higharms. The four great houses. I've heard of them before. They're pretty much the ones who run this country. Two of them got thrown in jail after the Civil War, though, right? Hey, Soka, welcome, my friend. Good to see you. How are you? Happy time zones? Happy Monday. Good to see you. I remember Allie mentioning she caught one of them. You mean Duke Cayenne? He was the leader of the Noble Alliance during the Civil War. Duke Alberea was the other one. He was captured by the original Class 7. He was charged with abuse of the people and arson. It was his second son that arrested him. Sheesh. Sounds like a horrible guy. But, the original Class 7 was involved in all of that, too. So, that means Duke Alberea's second son, the one who arrested him, was Governor General Rufus's younger brother, Eustace. I heard he's now acting as the new head of the Alberea family. Though their power may be waning, this country is still one ruled by the nobility. Were they to suddenly withdraw from running the empire, the central government would not yet be able to manage on its own. But I feel as though, like, that's exactly what Osborne is prepping. In that sense, the Imperial Provincial Council still holds great importance to this country. So if he's the new head of the family, does that mean this Eustace guy is going to be there too? Well, if he's Instructor Reen's friend, I'm sure he'll support all the right stuff. Huh? I mean, I'm not saying I trust him just because he's Instructor Reen's friend. It's just everyone from Class 7, besides Instructor Reen, is so nice. Why do you two keep looking at me like that? Oh no, don't mind us. I'm starting to understand what it means to be a sucker for someone. Good morning, everyone. Seems like things are pretty lively in here. Good morning. Hey, don't just burst in here all of a sudden like that. Wait, are you here later than usual? More importantly, where's the dude with the glasses? And why is the door still... Oh, yeah, the transfer is about that. Haha, sharp as ever. It's a bit sudden, but starting today, we'll be getting some new members in our class. What? Sudden is an understatement. All right, you two, come in. Oh, let's go, dude. Fuck yeah. Oh, now it's like, now all of them. All of new Class 7, we're all together now. Dope, I'm hyped on it. I'm super fucking pumped on it, dude. And I can't wait to learn more about both of them, especially Suse, because she's a fucking rascal. And something is amiss with her. Wait, you guys aren't Wayne? Out. You two. I'm sure you all know each other by now, but go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'll go first. I'm Muse Egret. I've transferred from military finance to join you here in Class 7. It's truly a pleasure to meet you all.
So then I wonder if she transferred from military finance, who took her place, if anybody.
Ash Carbide, transferring from combat tactics. Got no plans to make friends here, but nice to meet you, I guess.
Yo, direct, right to the point. He's like, I don't want to be your friend, but nice to meet you, I suppose. Wise choice. Muse is practically a walking nuclear warhead. Would be a shame to keep her in the other class. To Class 7. Ash Carbide from Class 8 and Muse Egret from Class 9. According to the reports, these two are a bit too unruly. Consider this a punishment of sorts for them. It's not that I don't get it, but... Don't us instructors share some of the blame too? Oh, I had always planned to shuffle the classes around a little. And Class 7 has needed more members from the beginning, especially after the incidents at our last two field exercise locations. Well, that's true, especially considering what might happen in the future. What's your take on this? No question, the two of them have more than enough skill and mental fortitude. If they don't have any objections to the transfer, we'd be more than happy to take them in. Good to hear. Any objections, Chief Instructor? Good, I didn't think so, because I'm Principal Bonk Bonk Aurelia. Denied. Now, most lessons are held jointly for all three classes, so there should be no problems. Is this really just coincidence? The Intelligence Division did mention something about Carbide. Well then, it's been decided. Now Class 7 has 5 members. Fair warning, Ash can be a bit ornery, so good luck dealing with him. Heed my call, Valimar! It's like, all right, motherfucker, I'm gonna need you to sit down, spit the gum out, and pay attention. Yeah, got it. Ash and Muse, I should go talk to each of them in person. Tut tut, you sit down, Muse. I'm on to you. Kinda, sorta. Nah, Ash would just bonk Valimar. I mean, no, like, for real though, dude, he definitely bonked McFirebro right in the face. And McFirebro was just like, all right, well played. This is called mobile defense. You lure the enemy's main force to where you want to take, with a token. Starting over. You lure the enemy's main force to where you want them with a token defensive line, then counterattack in a different direction. You'll need to distribute your troops, be flexible, and coordinate well, but it's a tactic that can be pulled off, even with what we've got here. This is one of the things Uncle taught me. Yeah, they don't teach you this kind of stuff at Police Academy. I see. So it is both an offensive and defensive maneuver. Someone actually bothered to name such a basic-ass idea? Scribble, scribble. Fourth period, international politics. Half of the agreements reached during the West Samaria Trade Conference have now been nullified, but the other half are still in place, and many hope they'll become a bridge to repair relations between the Empire and the Republic. One of these is an agreement signed by all the countries and Transcontinental Railroad connects. The other countries of Samaria, perhaps I must study them a bit more. I know some of these names, but All these technical terms. A rather unique point of view for an NGO. This is stupid. Agreements like that are made to be broken. Scribble, scribble, scribble. 5th period, art culture. Culture indeed. Now, no need to get all tense. It's time for our once-a-week class on the arts. No matter if you're noble or commoner, Erebonian or otherwise, you must nourish your soul with art, and now you will paint me in the nude. Down, boys and girls. Last time we covered melody, chords, and rhythm. Orion, sing the first passage on page 17. What? Just like that? Okay.
La 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 la. La 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 la.
Oh dear.
La 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 la.
Her performance lacks emotion, but
La 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 la.
it's very precise and beautiful in its own way. She's got a better voice than me. Bravo. Bravo! Kurt, inquisitive, Una, confused, Musei, keen, Ash, snide, Altina, scribbles. That's pretty much how it goes. Your emotional expression still needs work, but having such precise melody, chords, and rhythm can still be soothing in its own way. Now, if we were to add a chord here, we would see that... Homeroom. You totally don't have to keep this stuff memorized. I think I hung on to some of it. Good job today, everyone. Musei and Ash, now that you're part of Class 7, your lessons won't change much, but let me know if either of you have any concerns. Oh, I'm perfectly fine, thank you. Nothing I can't handle. Besides our art classes anyway. I think it's safe to say everyone in the class is nervous. I didn't expect her to have me sing like that. Well, I didn't expect you'd be able to actually do it on demand like that. Yo! Meggy Boo Boo. I appreciate them 11 biddies and thank you. All I can say is that shit happened, unfortunately. And so I had to trim it up, I had to clean it up right, and here we are. Bums me out, but it'll be back. You can bet your sweet Bippy. How are you, babe? Happy time zones. I love you guys. What's the good word? Also, Kurt and Musei I get, but why are you so smart too, Ash? Every single time you were called on in class, you knew the answer, no problem. Who knows? Maybe I'm just smarter than you. What did you just say? Shots fired. It will, and it still looks fresh, my dude. Appreciate you, boo-boo. Can we get a shout out for the ever wonderful Megan Mercury? And direct anybody and everybody to go and check out the Megalaxy? For real. It's a bitch in place. The worst type of punk is a smartass punk. I wasn't a punk. I most certainly was a smartass, though. Thank you very much, Deej. Hey, you're all in the same class now, so work on getting along. He's like, who the fuck are you, glasses guy? Where's our instructor? It's like, calm down, Ash. It's me. Of course, my door's always open if any of you need to talk, so don't hesitate to ask about anything. Well, if that's the case, perhaps I'll stop by your room tonight for some private lessons. Seriously? Enough with that already. Sheesh. Our class has suddenly become far more lively. Back.
Stand. Bow.
No, Meg, I am not the best. I am only me. That's all it is, dude. Nothing but good vibes all the way around. It was all pretty out of the blue, you know. Were you two both okay with being moved around like that? I did enjoy my old class and was not particularly keen on leaving, but how could I pass up a chance to be with Instructor Reen? Kurt's been reduced to constantly question why he's stuck in a class with 4 other lunatics. Yeah. He's like, we got a test tube baby, a cross bellin, a hothead, and some chick with hair akin to pistachio ice cream who just wants to fucking gargle our instructor. What am I doing here? Honestly. Okay, yeah. That one's on me. I should have known asking you was a waste of my time. I thought you of all people would be staunchly opposed to being in Instructor Reen's class. Dude, this game is PG, last I knew. I think it is, anywho. Tell you what, though, as the games progress, the old booba physics get quite, how shall we say, proportionate. Fucking A. They were like, all right, art director, seriously, we want to take the canvas and largen, round, put them out there for everybody to see, print it, ship it, let's play. You were pretty vocal about how much you hate him. Nah, I don't hate him. I just don't like him is all. I know he's not a bad guy and he's been through a lot of crap. I'll give him that much. Not to mention those special powers of his. That's... How do you know about that? No comment on physics? Yeah, it's all good. I'll just, you know, I don't do this. I'll speak for everybody when I say, dude, the booba physics got fucking way out of control. Like, holy shit, man. That's my secret. But man, that guy's a riot. He's friends with a talking cat and he flies around in a big toy from the Dark Ages. So let's just say that being in his class gives me a front row seat to the gag comic that is his life. Hey, if we're to be classmates, I'd prefer to avoid any trouble you cause. I have no doubt we'll get along just fine. Every one of us here has an interest in Instructor Reen, one way or another. Including Dear Ash, of course, though he'd never admitted himself. Huh? Now that you mention it, I suppose Ash would not have taken the action he has were he truly uninterested. Now I understand. Damn it. You're not just some girl, are you? You're a she-devil in human skin. Or should I call you a harpy, egret? Oh, no. I'd much prefer you call me a pretty white lily. Well, anyway. Muse, Ash, welcome to Class 7 Special Operations. Let's do our best together and show Instructor Reen what we're made of. Though our class has grown, we're still smaller than either of the other 2 classes. It would be best if we were to work together on any tasks we can. Good to have you aboard. First, we'll do Panzer Soldat training, or was it the Keep? They're like, huh? All this team spirit's gonna make my lunch come back up. But if we're planning to show Schwarzer up, I'm all in. This must be the will of the goddess. Thank you for your warm welcome. Kurt, lunatics, surrounded by fucking lunatics. Yep. As usual, tomorrow's briefing will be at 3 p.m. in the tactical conference room. I will see you all then. Very well. How your newbies treating you? You got quite a colorful group going on now. I imagine it's a bit difficult dealing with both Muse and Ash. The way I see it, they were meant to be in Class 7. Besides, I'm looking forward to seeing what they can really do. As their instructor and as a fellow Class 7 member, I'll do everything I can to help them hone their best qualities. Really now, that's very you, Reen. Well, if you ever need any help training them, just give me a holler. Sure thing, thanks. Oh, Reen, I nearly forgot we got these in earlier. New duds. We got new duds? Oh, we got new quests. The rain's making it so gloomy out. It's supposed to clear up by evening, though. A new pair of Class 7 notebooks. They'll need these for their missions. But wow, we've really come together since the field exercises in Crossbell. We went through a lot, but overall, it was a good exercise. Or a good experience, rather. Sorry. Dude, that moment, the Sharon backstory. Come on, bro, you're not going to show the stolen fist bump from Lloyd. From Lloyd to Randy, and Reen just stole it. Poof. Be still my heart. Rascal, I don't know who. The leader of the gnomes. Who could that man be? There's no way it's possible. Well, anyways, I guess I should find Ash and Muse and give them their notebooks. I'd also like to chat with Lindy and Becky while I'm out. Ah, right. And Celine said she was going to the academy even though it was raining. She said that there was something she needed to look into. Maybe I'll check up on her. Alright, so we definitely got... Yo. Yuna's tennis wear. Altina's academy swimsuit. New message. Oh, dude. In traditional Laura texting form. All caps. Oh, it's not all caps. It was just the subject line. Very well. Never in my life did I think I'd receive lipstick as a gift. That's not to say it's a bad gift. I like it a lot, actually. I've never worn makeup before, so I'll have to go to Monica to get Monica's advice on how to properly apply it. I'd like to show you how it looks on me one day, so be prepared. What does be prepared mean in this context? I know it's not the most subtle gift, but she likes it, so that's all that matters, right? The wind chime you bought for me is exactly what I needed for the upcoming season. Just listening to it, I can imagine the cool breeze blowing through the air to relax me. I've been listening to it to relax before my concerts, too. You're so thoughtful, Reen. I hope I can find something just as nice for you. That's so sweet. It's nice to hear it's helping him before his concerts. I think that was everybody. But now what we need to do first and foremost, we are going to books, black records, new. All right, here we go. We got 6 pages. So let me wet my whistle. Dark Fantasy Realms, thank you. I'll do it too. He gonna do it too. All right. La 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 la. All right. Holy smokes! All right, we're after it. We're getting after it. More. Well, now, as I was gonna say, excuse me. The Lionheart Emperor, year 994. Worst day of the week is over now. Gaming's 5. I'm glad that it's over, dude. Hey, Lord Navasa, how are you, brother? Good to see you, man. And now a bathroom break? Yeah, shortly thereafter. It's gonna be an intermission on, like, page 3. Forgive me, you may leave now. Yes, sir. Please call for me if anything happens. The head butler, now in his later years, bowed before leaving. The other man sighed deeply as he lied down on the bed. He was elderly and sick. His well-trained body was as sturdy as a fortress still, and very few could ever doubt the condition of his health. However, he was clearly aging, weakening, and felt his end looming over the horizon. The Lionheart Emperor, otherwise known as Dreikel's Rice Arnor. He was the 73rd emperor, nearing the age of 70. After ending the 5-year-long civil war known as the War of the Lions, Dreichels had been working tirelessly for 40 years. Although he was enthroned the year the war ended, he had lost his Nordic friends and parted with the witch. He and his vassals worked hard to restore the empire. I have no regrets. No need to worry about the children either. The Empress had also urged him to give up on the thoughts of the past. She was the daughter of a marquis who was assassinated during the Civil War, and although she was much younger than he, they fell deeply in love and she bore him 2 sons and 2 daughters. Although she passed several years earlier, their children remained healthy and would shoulder the burden of the reconstructed empire's future. The next generation is being raised as well. In the first half of the war, his best friend, Roland Vander, gave his life to protect him, and now Arner raised his son. The son was already in his 40s now, and he flourished as a martial artist master while serving as a military officer. Then there was Thor's military academy. He had established the academy 20 years prior. It was a place for the best and the brightest, accepting students from various backgrounds. He'd be surprised. He smiled, thinking of his good friend that had fallen into deep slumber at the end of the Civil War. The academy had been constructed at the place they'd first met, and where his friend now rested once more. These long years weren't for nothing then. As long as I can endure that thing until Adios comes for me, that is. He cast his gaze to the corner of the room. There waited the nameless darkness. Dots on a line. Today, it came again to speak to him, begging pathetically, threatening with intimidation, subtly tempting. He knew what it was, ever since the day 40 years ago when he took the throne. I suppose I should be happy my children and their descendants won't suffer this same curse. If he were not a man with the heart of a lion, he would surely have been broken by this daily torment long ago. On this day, however, he had a second visitor. Dreichels? An incredibly harmonious voice called out his name, bringing with it a wave of nostalgia. He looked up to see a woman with hair like flowing gold standing at his side. Bro, say what? To be honest, my man Dreichels should leave no regrets. Look at his bloodline, even in modern days, still strong and healthy. Facts. Bro, that's some shit, huh? Well then, hi, I'll be moving now. Oh, bro, my bad. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be fucking pee-pee time in no time. Well, I heard a loud thunder bang. It's rare for Southern Cali to get thunderstorms. Damn, bro. Lozenge me. Now the Chad Oliver, that is one healthy boy. Now... this rain is nice. I know you're familiar with Eastern culture. Do you write haiku? My master did, but I'm completely clueless when it comes to those. On top of all your other artistic pursuits, do you write poetry too? What can I say? Perhaps I'd take after my predecessor. In any event, I saw the images. He is indeed very similar. Not only that machine of his, but his voice, and even the way he carries himself. Did you know him too? Oh, my heart. The Azure Chevalier was a young hero of the Noble Alliance. I only spoke with him a handful of times, but I remember thinking how young he looked, especially standing next to Cayenne Pepper. After the war, when I heard of his death, I remember thinking what a waste it was losing such a young man with a bright future. But that's the extent of my relationship with him, so let's leave it at that. I'll leave it to you and Herschel how we interpret this masked man, including determining whether he is friend or foe to us here at the branch campus. Understood, I'll see to it. Alongside Instructor Herschel and all my other friends. I shall look forward to it. Fam? Siegfried seems super hostile to Ouroboros, at least so you know, enemy of my enemy and all that, maybe. That's kind of what I was thinking, in all honesty. Well, let us, way on the roof. That's... I'm going to miss having you in our class. We have so few people as it is, though I guess Yuna's class is even smaller. Oh, Sandy, I'll miss you too, but things won't be so different. We'll still be in the same dorm, and we'll still be friends. Be sure to take care of Yuna. I think the two of you will get along very well. After all, you complement each other so nicely. Huh? Oh, I agree. You never make mistakes, Muse, but Yuna can be very careless. But I feel like the two of you working together can overcome any obstacle. I see. Now that you mention it, I can see what you mean. I'd already planned to ask Yuna and Altina for help, as I'm not terribly experienced at combat, though I certainly wouldn't mind some private lessons from Instructor Reen. Thirsty! You really do like Instructor Reen, don't you? Why are my ears burning? Yuna, somewhere on campus. Facts. Altina, I don't understand what burning ears is. Are they on fire? 'Cause mine are not. Well, I guess he does seem pretty cool. And kind, too. He helped Yuna when she was feeling down. Oh, my club is starting soon. I'll see you later. In that case, I'll head to the kitchen. I've got this new recipe I want to try out. Have a wonderful time, you two. Bro, Bestel hyping it up with a new pair of Ray-Bans. I dig it. Chatting with some of your friends in military finance. Indeed, it makes me sad to think I'll be saying goodbye to them after only 2 months. Considering the hostile language that Siegfried used, a commander like Aurelia leaving how to handle him to Reen and Toa shows how much he respects her capabilities and decision-making. I agree. Like, she respects it so very much, but she, I feel like she also thinks, like, they still have, like, more to go, like, more to learn. You know what I'm saying? Just my thoughts. There truly are so many kind people here at the branch campus. Yeah, some people just say we're playing second fiddle to the main campus, but when the chips are down, I think we have the potential to be greater than any other military academy out there. Even Thor's main campus. I agree wholeheartedly. That aside, though, was there something I could help you with? A student and instructor alone in a quiet classroom. Truly an ideal setting. Huh? Well, there are still some students on the second floor. But anyway, I just came here to give you this. Oh, I see. Reen handed Muse her new student handbook. It makes me a bit sad to think I'll have to change my military finance handbook. But I suppose there's no other choice given the different curriculums. If you want to, you can swap in the pages from your old notebook. If there's anything from your old notebook you'd like to keep, give it a try. Oh, I see. This notebook is rather state-of-the-art, isn't it? Thank you very much, instructor. Well then, I shall be off to see my club activities now. And I eagerly await being in your class. Yeah, it'll be good to have you. Super sus. Like wildly sus. Like let's not joke here. I suppose you'll be moving over to special operations soon. Do try to investigate any conflicts while you're there. I don't plan on starting anything. But if anyone wants a piece of me, I'll kick their ass. Didn't that attitude get you in trouble in Heimdall? I mean, I heard you beat up those guys pretty bad, but still, you gotta be careful. How many times didn't you say escape horny jail? Like, I full-fledged was waiting for it to be like, look under chair number 3. There's something I left for you there. Down, Musei! I just need to make sure those assholes learn their lesson. I knew they'd try some low-life crap to get back at us, like attacking the girls. I suppose that's one way to think of it. You gotta tell us these things, man, otherwise people are gonna misunderstand you. Well, Kurt was the only guy in special operations till now, so maybe this is a good thing. It kinda pisses me off seeing 2 good-looking guys in the same class, though. On top of that, Instructor Reen is there, so I can understand your frustration. You guys don't look that bad. It's just your other qualities that are the problem. You. Like a knife to my heart, dude. Instructor Ash, please teach us how to be popular with the girls. Priorities, am I right? Saying goodbye to your friends from Combat Tactics? Nah, nothing like that. Wait, are you patrolling the campus? Must be hard being a teacher. Well, that's just part of the job, and it's pretty enjoyable, actually. Seeing you talk with your friends, I think you'd actually be pretty good at it. So, what are you really here for? Come here to bring me something? You're pretty sharp. Oh, a notebook. Handed Ash's new student notebook. Reen picked his nose and wiped it on the first page, closed the book, handed it back to Reen. New curriculum pages, different activity guidelines, additions to the emergency manual. Guess you really put your time into making this. You scanned through that so quickly. Yeah, you can still hang on to your old one if you want to. Just remember that everyone in special operations uses this emergency manual. Fine, got it. I'm gonna get going now. His determined is great. He's like, bro, please, teach me the way. Also, I've got my eyes on you. Before long, I'll find out if you're the real deal or just some phony. I'll keep that in mind. Not even shocked by it either. Reen's just like, alright fam, keep a watch. You keep looking all you want, Cherub. No, there's nobody on the rooftop, unless... Yo, dude. Keep that umbrella, huh? La 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 la. What a beautiful voice. What song is this? Instructor Schwarzer? Were you eavesdropping on me just now? Sorry about that. I didn't mean to. But you know, that's a really nice melody you've got going there. Is this a song you're rehearsing for Modern Music Club? Well, yes it is. Look at that sexy trim you did. Yo, Arcane. Bro. I tried to trim. I trimmed too deep, too short. So now I had to go back to this. I had to go back to, wow, what did we call it? What do we call it? Was it like midnight? I don't even know. Came up with like a corny nickname for it. Bro, I was so bummed. I was bummed. That's why I'm a butcher, not a barber. This is your first look at Midnight Love. Yo, how was it, brother? I don't have a name for it yet. Almost 53 hours to complete. Pretty good, man. Dude, I hear tremendous things about it. For real. It's our original song, you see. Do you see, Arcane? 8.5 out of 10? Brother. I'm waiting. I'm hoping it'll be on sale during the Steam sale. Probably won't be, being that it's such a new release, but fingers crossed. Couple bucks off is a couple bucks off. Oh, really now? It's a very nice bucket handle beard. Rhea, thank you so much. Easily worth full price. So, oh, dude. Dude, I never, like, I don't, you know, dude. Bills, family, stuff like that. If I can scoop it on a bargain while I'm working through the backlog, primo for me. Oh, really now? Well, it's pretty darn catchy, I'll give you that. Combat, fantastic. Story was great. Nice twists and mind-blowing parts. Music is top-notch. I've heard that, man, and I'm very much looking forward to it. What's next on deck, my guy? Who wrote it anyway? Well, I did the outline for the song, but I implemented everyone else's ideas too. Call it a collaboration. As for the lyrics, they're still a work in progress. I see. I'm pretty surprised. You've really got a knack for this. No, this isn't. I'm just... This is so embarrassing. Could you just drop it, please? Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, bro. Just drop it. Gee willikers. Bridge of Spirits? Bro, I'm hyped on it. What's up, Professor Asshole? Becky's such an interesting person. She said she wants an exclusive contract to provide our meal ingredients, and she wants the student store to handle all the goods. And she'll set the pricing. This is all stuff for the academy, isn't it? So she doesn't have to be so aggressive. That's just the merchant mentality for you. Becky isn't out to rip people off, so let's just let her do her thing. Well, okay, if you say so. She does make it feel like I'm running my own business. It's kind of fun. Though, I don't know if that's really appropriate. Yo, thick hamburger steak? Let's go. Bridge of Spirits looks beautiful. Reen tried the recommended dish. Thick hamburger. It is a thick hamburger steak. Oh, snap, bro. Imperial Chronicles. There we are. We have plenty of wonderful monies. Plenty, plenty. Honestly, the demo of Arise is what convinced me to wait. Didn't sell me on it, unfortunately. Hey, man. And like, luckily you had the demo to play, too. It's rare to see you here, Professor Schmidt. It shouldn't be that surprising. I eat most of my meals here. Canned and instant coffees are fine, but I properly brewed coffee is always nice for a change. Also, finally got a new desk. I wanted so I can get set up in the new office area. Maybe a hint of future streams coming back sometime. I hope so, man. Would love to see that handsome face. I hit a good time for a break, so I came here to relax. Were you researching that flying ion, the shadowy blue machine we saw? What else? That flying ion's flight capabilities are inconceivable. It's an omnidirectional lasers. With today's technology, none of this seems possible. It must be. Professor? Never mind. That shadowy blue machine, we can't deny its similarities. It might be the same or was simply made to be similar. That's fucking confusing. Don't look so serious. I did use the Azure Knight as reference when making the Panzer Soldat, but that is the extent of my involvement. As long as I have the Azure Knight near me, I'm not interested. Understood. I knew he was like this. Arcane, it just happens, bro. Like, it keeps happening. And it's like the best fucking feeling, man. Student Store Clubhouse. Yeah, dude. Ocean Gale. You were going to tell me about items to get to. Would it be here or is it back in Leaves? Hi, rain you came. The Becky shop is now open to the branch campus. No bad, right? Okay. I never thought you'd take over the student store. Are you sure this is okay? I was certain you would open a shop in a bigger city. Hell, I'd be lying if I said I planned this from the start. But in Crossbell, I saw that I kinda compete with those huge merchant conglomerates. Are you talking about Kleist & Co. in the capital? I managed to keep me smaller stores from getting bought up, but Kleist & Co. just kept getting bigger. They're busy competing with their rivals now, and they're gonna target the smaller stores eventually. Independents like me wouldn't be able to compete, that happens. So I decided to do something. I'm gonna create a network of all the small shops in Empire. I see. You're gonna team up with other small shops to compete against the big shops. Yes, Reen, that is precisely what she said. Haha, that is totally a plan that you would come up with, Becky. Well, I was inspired by the network Hugo created during the Civil War. But he dissolved it after the war, cause he said it wasn't efficient. I helped him make it, so I was raging. Hey, it's a lot of backloggery ahoy to you, my man. Happy time zones, brother. Happy Monday. I hope your day was well. I hope your weekend was excellent, dude. It's wonderful to see you, my man. Haha, looks like he's gonna be your rival after all. The battle's just kicking off. This shop is the first step towards war. Watch your back, Hugo. Becky and Hugo went at it as students, but I never thought it'd escalate like this. Well, I guess I'll just see what happens. At Becky's store, you can buy normal items as well as limited supply of items from other regions. Buying these limited items will cost a little more than buying them from their respective regions. Fucking markups, bro.
Here's a shout and I'll get you what you need.
Here's a shout and get you what you need. Yo, alright. Are there any mishies? Yes. Mechanic oh, yeah, alright. Alright. Peckies, 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 Peckies! Got him, got him, got him, got him. Just to say I have one, sure. Colorful watch. Just to say I have one, uh-huh. Heavy shin guards? I don't think so. No. Heavy helmet. Just to say I have one. Mini wrench? Bro, say less. I want a mini wrench. This is a store you go to if you've missed mishies. Becky will have 6 out of the 7 mishies you need to trade in for sale. The 7th is the final one. Is found elsewhere near the end, though. Okay, got it. Thank you very much, Ocean
Catch
Gale.
you later.
Catch you later.
Here's a shout and I'll get you what you need.
Very well. Merchant Mishi, there we are. Good. Didn't have it. Green Star Pendant for fee. Beautiful.
Catch you later.
So now, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3. Bro, I know we had more than 3. I say what? I thought we had far more than 3. Maybe I'm just mistaken. Why is she in that outfit of all things, currently?
Let's go.
Yeah, I know. Relax. The martial arts Mishi. Let's give her back. What did we have? I mean, can we just get me a double evergreen and call it a day? Oh, okay. I had to at least take a look. For my own sanity. Well, we'll boogie down on that later. Sorry. I should send Fee a gift. I hope she'll like it. Yep. You'd love to see it. Hangar, back into the main building. Excuse me. Oh, wait, it's... dude, is that downstairs? I was like, what am I looking for right now? Here's what we're gonna do. First floor. Imagine. Hi, Lindy. How's work going? Oh, hello there, Reen. I just finished up the inventory check. Now, on top of that, I need to make sure we have extra supplies for our field exercises. It really is a relief to have such a professional like you taking care of us. I really can't thank you enough for coming here to help us out. Oh no, that really is too much. I'm still just in training. Not to mention, I decided to come here for my sake, too. How do you mean? Well, it's not a big deal or anything. It was a civil war that made me decide to become a doctor. So many people were hurt or in danger, and I felt so powerless. I wanted to be strong enough to save someone, anyone. That's what I started to wish. So that's why you suddenly transferred to the medical college. It was just so out of the blue, I never had a chance to ask you about it. Sorry to worry you. But I really am still just in training at St. Ursula. So I want to get as much experience as I can. I want to be stronger, alongside everyone else here if possible. Haha, me too. Please keep on supporting us, Lindy. Of course, thank you. Susleen, where did you go? You rascal. All right, but I just need to make sure. No, all right, I guess not. We might be in the clear. Currently, yeah. All right, very well. To the hangar. All right, but before that, dude, you guys made me hydrate and chug a lug. I gotta go pee-pees. BRB.
Okay. Now... Now... Now...
Fuck, I totally forgot. Ow. That's my bad, dudes. Shit. Now. Whoops. All right. Now. I gotta make sure we have sufficient range of motion. Dude, Daptool, you're killing me, bro. But very well, I appreciate it. Top up. My man. Owie! Oh, Instructor Reen, good evening. Sorry to bother you. Looks like you're really focusing hard on your work. Is that some sort of machine part? Oh, right. I've been experimenting with this since I was at ZCF. Dude, is it her? Oof, I wonder. I'm still researching it, so I want to keep it secret. Once I'm done, I'll be sure to show it off to you. So until then, I'm going to make sure to keep it secret, keep it safe. I see. In that case, I look forward to it. Thank you.
Yes.
Still nothing new, huh? Very well. Very well.
Thanks. I'll help.
Okay. I think everybody's... Yeah, everybody's good to go.
Thanks.
GG. Puppo cheese. Orbital bikes. Bingo. Now that's what I call a paint job. Okay, with that out of the way, I've got a few adjustments to make on those orbital systems. Hey there, Mint. Looks like you're having a good time. Yeah, so fuck off, Instructor Reen. I'll tell you when I'm done. Perfect timing, Reen. What do you think? Isn't it cute? The Spiegel's a real can of worms compared to the Draken, so many cool features to master. The only thing I don't like about it is that I haven't come up with a good nickname. We've got Val and Draki and Hex, so maybe Speepers? Pretty sure the professor's gonna shoot that one down. Still, we're expected to put this guy to work in our Panzer Soldat training in just 2 days. Good luck fixing him up, Mint. Roger that. I won't let you down.
Alrighty, let's begin.
Oof, there we go. Well, you know. Fucking A, fam. Say less.
See you later.
Oh, yeah. Golly, golly. That is spicy. Spicy, nasty. Very well. Valabro. What'd it do, Boogaloo? Oh, and Celine. I was wondering where she went, that rascal. I finally beat Grandia HD. The poor final boss got destroyed. Only got one attack in the whole fight. I mean, hey. Did I? Yeah, all right. I'll check back. That's my bad. Don't worry. Ah, that's... I see. Not even you understand what happened back in Northumbria. We Divine Knights are merely vessels for our Awakeners. The moment Reen's power flooded out of him, I lost all control. I have no memory of what happened during that time. See, me and Valabro get it. I see. I thought you might get some valuable information, but... There you are, Celine. It's you. Are your classes over? Homeroom is over, so now I'm just patrolling the school. Speaking of that incident during the Northern War... Yeah, I had already heard about it, but I thought Valimar might have some more insight. I've been here for half a month now. I'd like to finish up here. I see, you've done lots for us. Thank you to Valimar for all the support. Hey, Kefka2K, thank you so much for that follow, dude. Welcome to Brutopia. Glad to have you here, man. Happy Monday. Happy time zones. Pleasure to meet you. Well, that is my job. Were you able to control your power, it would assist you in piloting me as well. Good luck controlling it for your own sake as well. Yeah, thanks. Well, your relationship has gotten really strong in just a year. It kind of reminds me of Emma and me. Now that you mention it, it is indeed reminiscent of a witch and her familiar. That's the case. Can you try to retrieve your memory? You only remember small things about Emperor Dreikels too, right? Unfortunately, yes. I should have memories dating back to when I was created. Not being able to remember may be an issue. Or maybe that was simply the way I was made. Well, if you remember anything, let me know. Wow, okay. Now that I asked what I needed to, I'm gonna go outside for a nap. Oh wait, it's raining. Quite a bit actually, but it looks like it'll stop around evening. There's a sitting area upstairs. Why don't you nap up there? Yeah, I think I'll do just that. See ya. She can be dry at times, but she really does care for others. And she'll stay plenty dry cooped up in here. This training that Celine is helping with, I need to get results too. Yeah, would you look at that? Uh-huh. Okay, now we're good. I just want to make sure that there's nothing else I'm missing. When the rain comes forth, so too do they. Yeah, that's right, the wondrous snail. Would you like to look for them with me, instructor? If you bring them to me, I'll roast them up for you. Oh, I'll pass for today, actually. I think that's pretty good. These hydrangeas and that sandy planet are just lovely. Standing tall, gallant, and pure, even as a gentle drain rips down on them. And this would make for some good material for literature club. Very well. That was very insightful, thank you. Gotta get going now. Horse. A horse is a horse of course. The sun's going down, maybe I should head out soon. After I lozenge up, Reen. Lozenge. Nice. That is nice. Just like the forecast said. Wow, what a beautiful sunset. Fun fact, Tatiana and Arian Road share their... Oh, really? Interesting. I think I was talking to Seiichi about it not all that long ago. Because I think we had talked about it in here, like how many voice actors are recycled. And I don't mean that in a derogatory term, but like how many like professional voice actors voice like multiple characters in an instance like this. Yeah, it's quite the view. Brilliant, the rain cleared up. Let's carry the equipment out while we still can. Come on, let's get some practice in before the sun goes down. Fun fact, no matter in Reen when he's not voiced, has the same voice actor. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You sure are motivated, Yuna. Oh, bye, Instructor Reen. Excuse us. Good work today, you two. Are you planning to go home after stopping by Receipt? Yeah, the rain cleared up, and I'm just about excited about tomorrow. Speed read me. Doesn't happen. I can't trust you unless you have maths, okay? Unless you have the numbers to back it up, I can't trust you. From the sound of it, they won't be back at the dorm for a while. I guess it's fine if I head out now, but maybe I'll go have a look around town. It's now evening. The locations of branch campus personnel has been updated on your map. In addition, you have new messages on your Arcus. You may now freely explore the town of Leaves. The story will progress only once you've returned to the dorm. Fam. Like, you know we're just gonna turn back around and do this. Haha, nope. Dude, is this gonna be Mama LeGuin again? Shit, no, it's not. Hold on, but we haven't saved in a minute, just in case. I must be quicker. Strike truer. Jessica? Wow, she's really concentrating. Instructor Reen. Sorry to break your focus, but something about you seems kind of impatient. You see right through me, Instructor. Instructor Randy has been telling me the same thing. However, this is a problem I must deal with on my own. Oh. Should I just leave her to her training then? Might be a good opportunity to test her mettle. Is there anything else? Well... Jessica, would you like to spar with me? Styles are obviously different, but I think it might be a good learning experience nonetheless. Of course! I've always been curious about the 8 Leaves 1 Blade School. AKA second favorite student of the school that's not a member of class. Oh, for realsies? Jessica is? I dig it. And yes, Dark Fantasy Realms, I saved right before we came in. Great, then it's settled. Oh dear. Impressive. Your stance doesn't leave any openings. Likewise, Jessica. You're not wasting any movement. Now come on, there's no need to hold back. Give me everything you've got. Understood.
Now, bring it on!
Very well. Oh, I have to fight against him. Fuck, dude, for real? Oh, dude, not. Oh, man, I thought I was gonna play Azurine. I was like, oh shit, let's rock.
Yeah.
This is why, plus other things? All right.
Gotcha.
Wampa. Cold Nail.
Gotcha.
And you're frozen.
Gotcha.
Good job.
I'm nervous, though. Hey, sorry to get sappy for a moment, but I wanted to just say I'm so thankful that I discovered the Trail series a month and a half ago. My mental health has been pretty bad this year, and I found such a wonderful community to be a part of, for example, this stream. Also, this is your daily reminder that Sarah is best girl. God, this battle theme slaps. Remu, I've been there, man. I've dealt with it. It sucks. I mean, it's tough. But the fact that you've gotten through it and you're getting through it, it's all the better, my man. And we are incredibly thankful to have you here, part of this community, man. So thank you.
Crimson Slash!
Gee willikers. Bro, we done did it.
That was good.
Thanks, instructor.
When I lost my husband almost 3 years ago, gaming is the only therapy I've found that has really helped me in this series, saved my life. That's amazing, Dark Fantasy Realms. I'm incredibly sorry for your loss. And again, man, we're absolutely thrilled to have each and every one of you guys here, man, for real. It's nothing sappy about it. It's just, it is what it is, man. We're all fucking humans. We all deal with our own struggles, loss, gain, etc., etc. But just happy to have everybody here, man, for real. Oh, that is the extent of my skill. I thought I had a good sense of how strong you were, but you just keep improving. And now that I've had the chance to see your techniques again, I'm impressed by how refined each individual form of Schleiden School spearmanship is. It's an honor to hear you say that, but frankly, it's a compliment I don't feel I deserve. Despite all my training, I'm still unable to progress beyond a beginner level. As I am now, my flailing does nothing but sully the Schleiden name. I remember saying the same thing about never progressing past beginner level. Called myself a dropout. Lothars, what's happening, handsome? Good to see you, man. Laura wouldn't have any of that. Yeah, she would have fucking bonked the shit out of you. Thus, if you truly did make light of yourself and your own abilities, this is an act of shame for which you owe yourself recompense. Sorry, words, hard. Good, man, good to hear. I hope the family is well, brother. I still remember those words vividly. Maybe this sparring session was meant to be. Can we get a game where Jessica is a protagonist? She's giving me main character vibes. She looks like a main character. Jessica, I get how you feel. This school has no shortage of capable fighters like Kurt and Leonara, just to name a few. Heck, Kurt's already intermediate level. Honestly, I'm not surprised to hear that you're worried about falling behind. It's almost refreshing how blunt you are, instructor. But I'm afraid you don't quite understand how I feel. I'm not sure about that. When I first enrolled at Thor's, I was only beginner level just like you. Back then, Laura, the successor to the Arcade School, was intermediate level, and I felt exactly the way you feel now. Really? But even if I were to compare myself to you as a first year, I'd come up lacking. You don't have to compare yourself to me or anyone else. Just let me say this. To sell yourself short just because you're a beginner is disrespectful to your martial art and to the people around you. And above all else, it's disrespectful to yourself. Instructor Reen. I say those words like they're my own, but I'm telling you what Laura told me. The point is, when I was a student, I found myself constantly questioning my skills, wondering if I was on the right path. And the instructor in charge of martial arts training, I can promise you that you are more than capable enough. There will be times when you hit a wall in your training, but you're always going to find a way to break through it. Thank you for your kind words. I think I'm starting to feel a little better. Glad to hear it. I didn't perform as well as I would have liked, but my mind feels clearer now.
For the honor of Schleiden.
I will continue to train, bearing my family's name as a badge of pride. Yeah, that's the spirit. Alrighty then. I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting a bit more. Like, I assumed I was gonna get fucking smuckered on that one, dude. Oof. Yo, Kenshi just trying to kick that hornet's nest, huh? I'm waiting to hear DJ from the top rope with the elbow drop. Blah! Yeah, dude, like, I don't know, Daft Tool. Like, it happens. Just like one line of dialogue, nothing else. It's so strange, a kitty who can talk. But more importantly, she's beautiful. Her coat is so soft and shiny. Hey, I never said you could pet me. From the top rope. Your eyes are glazing over in contentment. So lovely. Celine, looks like you're caught in Musei's claws now. But man, you sure have softened up. Ah. So that's good here. So we're I'm gonna go to the dorm because we're gonna use the bat. No, I guess we're not. Hang on. No, we're not. No, we're staying out and about. It's a my bad. It's a my bad. I thought we were just gonna use the baths and like chill, you know. Maybe play some Vantage Masters, because there's that. Maybe, well, wow, there really isn't anything else currently. Very well. Les boutiques. Bro, all the same stuff? Dude, do you ever... Oh, wait. Do you ever get any new inventory, sir? Can I just ask you that, like, respectfully? As a business owner, do you get new shit? Come on, bro. You're a boutique. I think we can pull all our differences aside and agree that best girl is actually Bro, if you want to talk about most ferocious, most certainly. Hey. Noise. That's freaking noise. Oh, is this a hairpin? My, what an elegant butterfly. I love it. Yeah, when I saw it, it really reminded me of you. Maybe you could use it during tea ceremony club? Then I will do just that. Joshua, I'll be, you know what, low-key? Definitely. Right next to Sharon, Joshua's also best made too. Instructor, may I thank you with a kiss? No, that won't be necessary. Hey, I mean, we done did it. Next to Sharon, Joshua, probably one of the most badass fucking maids out there, dude. Oh. No, but didn't he dress up like a maid too? I thought I recalled him dressing up. I know he dressed up like a princess, but I thought he dressed up like a maid as well.
This might be a good spot for fishing.
Okay. Bro, hamsters coming in clutch. Thanks, hamsters. Sky was incredible, bro.
This is promising.
Holy shit. Look at the size of this fucker. Go blimey, it's a huge one.
It's a whopper.
It's a whopper. Bro, speckled trout? Golly, that thing was a fucking beast. Joshua the Fang Maiden.
Got a bite. This is promising.
Oh my gosh, look at the size of this fucker.
It's a whopper.
It's a whopper. Well, we've tried that fishing spot. Let's try Old Faithful, eh?
There.
Bro, it's nothing there.
Got a bite.
Bums me out.
Nice.
Oh, look at this little fuck.
It's a whopper.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, big dog. Yo, don't let Celine anywhere near it.
Hey, Monk. What's happening, bro?
See if there are any new recipes. Oh, Vantage Master's perfect. Let's go. Juicy ham sandwich. Here it is. Gross. I admittedly, I don't like ham in real life. I don't like ham. I don't know. I think it's gross. Anyways, that's what ruined my S rank. Bro, bummed me out. Bums me the F out. Fucking ham sandwich, fam. All right, now we're going to do a game of Vantage Masters also. I know, riveting content. Hopefully I don't fuck it up like I do everything else. But we're going to do it. Tomorrow's our free day. We'll be free to roam our classes. Do you have any plans, Maya? Well, we had tea ceremony club today, so we won't be meeting tomorrow. I was thinking about going shopping. How about you? My club's not meeting either, but I want to tend to the field a little. And maybe try out some new dishes I've been thinking about. I've been learning some things from Celestin recently. Wow, you're pretty diligent, Sandy. Haha, just when it comes to food. I want to learn as much as I can about cooking. Oh, Instructor Reen. I hear you play Vantage Masters. Yeah, I do. Do you play too? Yes, though I only recently started playing. Would you like to play against me in your free time and get absolutely schmuckered by a fucking rookie? Cool, let's do it, big dog. Haha, sure, if you'd like. Well, here goes nothing. There goes nothing. Bro, I could go for some pancakes right about meow. This is one of the ones we scooped. Deals 2 damage to a row of enemies. All right, here goes nothing.
Let's begin.
Yeah, let me guess, you're gonna go first? Oh, suck it, nerd! Sorry, that was uncalled for. Wait a tick, those weren't the subtitles. What a rascal. Well, very well. We did what we did. I have no regrets. What should I do? Just let me win, please. I don't want to go like 0-5. Very well. The old Diorama Rama Club, huh? Wrong attack. That was my bad. Get it, penguin! What is that thing? Yikers! Hey, hey, now. Neato! Ah. Oofda. No. Yeah, you fucked up, son. Yeah. Kind of a waste, but whatever. I had fun with it. It's all that matters. It's all that matters. I had fun. Boo. This just gives me PTSD and crossbell. Oh, a wise guy, huh? Nice. No. Oh, you son of a... Off the board, all he is. Hey, it's all right. It was a total waste, but whatever. I know. Please keep your hair in. Love you. Love you. Hey, let's see if I can manage to fuck this one up, huh? What do you say? Can we take bets on that? Woo!
That's unfortunate.
All right. Oh, neato. Thank you. I'll be leaving now. Bye-bye. Well, yeah, we're fine. Oh, 9 volley. 9 volley. Oh, what's up, rando? Here's the orbital energy unit for your halberd. But, hey, Red, didn't you used to have some big-ass rifle? Where'd that go? Wasn't it called something again, like the beer soaker or something? Where the hell did you get that name from? It's the Berserker. Yeah, that's it. They told me I couldn't bring it here with me, so I had a friend of mine hold on to it for now. And as for you, Reen, what are you doing sulking around back there? If you want to buy something, then grow some balls and speak up. Sorry, I didn't know that when would be a good time to jump in. But from the sound of it, you had a really amazing weapon, Randy. Yeah, I got it back when I was a Jaeger, but maintaining something that huge was a real pain in my ass, so I only used it when I was in a pinch. I can imagine. I like Beer Soaker better. I kind of do too, admittedly. I think it's very fitting. I wonder if Randy's gun was anything like. Hey, if you're just here to chit-chat, then get the hell out. But if you're buying, let's do some damn business already. Come on, buy something. Got it. Hey, that plushie you got there. Ain't that from Mishy at Work series? Oh, I do have this Mishy plush with me, but what's this Mishy at Work business? What, really? You don't know? Sheesh. Mishy at work. After a series of unfortunate circumstances, Mishy finds himself penniless and lost in the Empire. And so to build himself back up, he tries his hand at a slew of different jobs. A real tear-jerking entry in the Mishy series. I'm not really into this sort of thing. I didn't even realize these Mishy stories got so in-depth. Too bad I forgot literally everything about web programming. My professor would be sad. Yikes. I could try to pick it back up even when stream that. That'd make some fun content watching me flail, if nothing else. Dude, it's great. I've had the pleasure of watching Lirunis do stuff on Blender, which is fucking wild to me. No, words on the line. The ticket limit is 75. 75 ticket limit. Hey, might as well read the first of my 3 messages if you started on the second one. Was thinking programming online Vantage Masters for real? Bro, I'd love to play it. It's been years since I last coded with JavaScript, but I was thinking about programming online Vantage Masters real. See, I got it. It was right there. I saw it. Looks like you don't get their true worth, so I can take them off your hands. If you find all 7 of them, bring them to me. I'll give you something nice in exchange. But only if you find them all. The whole set, no less. You got that? Huh? Sounds like you really want these plushies. You cannot give a Mishi to her while it's equipped, so make sure to unequip it.
I got some good stuff.
Blonde hair Laura? Oh dear God, no.
Come on, buy some more.
All right, I will.
Good
Calm down, you
stuff.
savage. Ceramic coat.
Come on, buy some more. I got some good stuff.
Ah, yes, the Peckies. Very well. Steel Bell. Gee willikers. Some awfully nice shit. Well, I don't have them all, so currently that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need 3 more, huh? Very well. Oh, and then Ocean Gale said that Becky had the shop where all the good goods were. Been fun watching, but time for me to head out. Night all. Yo, Daft Tool, good night, my man. Take care. Stay safe, stay excellent. Have a great Tuesday, my friend. Pretty please. A blue leather book cover, and a fine one at that. I like it. Haha, right? I just thought a gift like this might suit you. Haha, you're always thinking of others, instructor. At any rate, thank you very much for the present. Solid. Solid. I think that's everything. Yeah, because I don't think that there was anything left at the branch campus. Alrighty. Looks like the sun is about to set. Should I head back to the dorm now? Returning to the dorms will cause the story to advance. And away we go.
Hello, Reen. I see you're on your way back too.
Celine.
Hey there, Toa. Celine.
Susleen.
You two together is quite the rare sight.
I suppose it is now that you mention it.
Toa, is there something that you're not telling us? Okay, lozenge? Come on, I know there's only 2 of you in there and you don't want to get eaten, but, you know. I kind of need you. I mean, I guess I don't need you, but... Lozenge.
I guess so. It took quite some effort on her part to convince everyone to let a talking cat stay here.
I see. Thank you for taking the time to do all that.
It didn't take any time. Just had to do a few quick chats with people at the campus and in town. Just make sure you don't let any visitors catch you talking, okay, Celine?
Did that cat just talk to me back? No, meow.
Yeah, I know that. I've been hiding myself with Emma for years now. I wouldn't make such an amateurish.
Holy crap, a talking cat!
Oh man, I was waiting for it.
Meow. Wait a second.
Oh! Dude, is that George?
I know you weren't expecting me, Reen. Good day to you, Toa. Celine?
I mean, like, I'm excited to see Elise, but, like, I think that's George.
Elise? And is that?
Sorry about that. Looks like I got you good.
No way, dude! Yo, he looks so flowed! He is all grown up in 3D.
George!
Long time no see, Toa. And how's it hanging, Reen? Celine? I happened to run into your sister on the train from Heimdall.
Yo, what a hairdo. I dig it. Georgie boy. No shit, dude. Yeah. Dude, he looks super swole. He looks healthy as fuck. Gonna be like a kid in a candy store here, dude. Is he really gonna work with the professor too? Cheetah's gonna be like, hop to it. I see, so you came to bring me letters from Father and Master. Yes, they arrived around noon, so I figured I should give them to you right away. I figured I could go back today, so I just decided to come. I had planned to just come and go, but... No, I won't allow this. The last return train leaves at 10. A girl like you cannot go alone. We have guest rooms in the dorm, so please stay here tonight. But... Yeah, I insist too. Tomorrow is Sunday. I hope you didn't have any plans. Well, that won't be a problem. Fine, I'll take you up on that offer. After all, I do want to meet everyone at the branch campus. Thank you. Yeah, I'll get permission from the principal. Sorry, thank you. I was surprised to see you, but I didn't think the fat mechanic would be coming too. Bro, Celine. Yeah, I hadn't seen him in a year. He's gonna come over here and after he sees the professor, right? Yeah, he said we can order whatever we'd like. George has a hefty appetite, so we can probably order everything on the menu. Gee willikers. You may be right. That may be too much. But I was really surprised to see him on the train. He told me he spent this past year traveling all over the continent. Yeah, he was making his rounds to all the famous workshops across the continent. Zeiss Central Factory in Liberl, the Epstein Foundation in Le Mans. He said he used his connections to also go to Verne Company in the Republic. The Republic? He managed to just waltz over to the Empire's biggest rival? The two countries are practically at war with each other half the time. You're right. Though, there's still a truce in effort for now. George was always an advocate for peace through technological exchange. Both he and Angelica are really setting good examples. Isn't Angelica traveling the continent on an orbital bike? Yeah, I think she might be coming back soon. Georgie Porgy, what's up, dude? Hey guys, sorry to make you wait. George! Please have a seat, let's make a toast. Haha, that's right, you're old enough to drink now. I can drink too. I'll just have a ginger ale. And I'll have milk. What if George was like, I had this room bugged, I heard you call me fat. You can get fucked, find your own milk, bitch. Just immediately like cut her down. Get your own stuff. I heard the rumors, but seeing what happened in Crossbell, the society's on the move again, and the group called the Gnomes? Yeah. Right. Reen? Miss Toa? Just walk over with a bowl of milk and pour it on her? No, bro, just hold the bowl of milk right next to her and pour it into the trash in front of her, slowly, staring at her. Throw the glass. Yeah, that surprised me too. In my head, I know it's impossible. We went to his funeral after the war. We were there when they buried him. Yeah, he was resting so peacefully. He looked unusually content, you know, for Crow. Toa. Yo, somebody chuck this cat outside, would you please? Toa. For some reason, it seems like it was just yesterday. But you're right. We know for certain. That masked man absolutely is not Crow. Yeah. In fact, that shadowy machine may not have even been a Divine Knight. It could have just been something that looks like one. Oh yeah? Speaking of which, was the Azure Knight ever retrieved? I heard that they sealed it up so that the Noble Alliance wouldn't get their hands on it. Yeah, it's been being stored in the depths of Gorelia Fortress. Now that Crow's no longer alive, it shouldn't be able to teleport. So it must have been something else. I see we're still on the denial stage of grief. Yep. Yeah. A small part of me was hoping it really was the Knight. Yeah. Anyway, the gnomes are piquing my interest. They were the counterpart to the witches, but they vanished into the dark recesses of history. They built all the spirit shrines and were the ones responsible for everything you guys found in the old schoolhouse's basement. I heard the last time they clashed with the witches was about 800 years ago. That was the last exchange between the two groups. Supposedly, no one has seen the gnomes since then. And they just happened to choose today to return. They're going up against a society and have hired Zephyr. So it seems. Honestly, I have no idea what's going on. I'm sure the Elder or Vita would know more about this. Didn't you already ask the Elder, but she wouldn't tell you anything? Well, she can be really stubborn sometimes. Jeez, despite looking like that, she can be such a stubborn hag. Looking like that? Watch, dude, she's probably like thin and trim, 22, like. Like, she's a fucking Victoria's Secret model. It's like they just call her an old hag. Oh, don't worry about it. Hey, Reen. Do you have any thoughts about the gnomes? What makes you think I know anything about them? Well, I did back you in Class 7 up once in battle. I'd like to think that I know about the information you gathered during the Civil War. And under that assumption, I came up with a theory. The group known as Gnomes, could they be calling themselves something else now? Oh. That's... I've only heard bits and pieces, but... I was actually thinking that too. Over the last 2 months, my suspicions have grown. The name the gnomes are using now is... I would imagine probably the Black Workshop. The Black Workshop. They're the mysterious workshop that created Million of Altina's combat shells. I've also heard rumors about them selling extremely high-tech weapons to first-class Jaeger Corps. So, probably. Wait, but no, what if Irina and Gwyn were gnomes this whole time? Let's consider the possibilities. Take it from the top. Probably. The super long-range rifle that Crow used may have been one of them. It's the same with Altina's combat shell that abducted me and the princess. Yeah, although they erased all of Milliam and Altina's memories of the workshop. No one has seen their true faces, except for Chancellor Osborne and Ouroboros. Oh. And everything has come full circle. According to Vita, the Black Workshop was part of the Society's 13 factories. This is what I learned during my recent travels. The 13 factories are like a network that gathers technicians from all over the continent. But during the Civil War, the Black Workshop sided with the Chancellor and helped him steal the plan from the Society. Yeah, that makes sense. So, the key to all this is Chancellor Osborne. He's not someone we can just talk to. Reen? Reen? Huh? What is it? It's nothing. I don't want to make them worry. Thank you. I think I have a better idea of how all this information fits together. Haha, you're welcome. I'm interested in the Black Workshop too. I think the professor might know something. That makes sense. He is regarded as the most prestigious engineer of the continent. I was planning on staying at his lab tonight and helping out. I'm leaving for Ruhr tomorrow, but I'll make sure to bring it up with him. I'll let you know if I learn anything new, Reen. Thank you. I feel like he'll be more open to you. Toa, that old man has issues. Well then, I'll see you guys around. I'll make sure to drop in and say bye before I leave tomorrow. Thanks, you should give me a call sometime too. Good evening. How about we get together and have lunch tomorrow? Sounds good to me. See you tomorrow. That said, I'll probably end up pulling an all-nighter tonight. Bye. No, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Yeah, you know, there's things that I can't remember. Womp womp. Oh, what's that, Neo? You don't fucking remember something for your hundreds and hundreds of hours of playthrough? Yeah, it happens. Oh, there you are. Yuna, Altina, Muse. And look, even Tita's here. Oh, right. I haven't said hello to anyone besides Muse yet. Good to see you, Yuna. It's been a while. You as well, Altina. Tita. Yeah, good to see you too. At least you aren't floppy disk levels of capacity. I mean, maybe sometimes here and there. I am 35. This is true. Brain is not what it once was. I used to smoke copious amounts of pot. Drank way more than I should have. Tons and tons of head trauma as a youngster, I might add. And, you know, yeah. Nothing out of the ordinary. I just shaved my fucking beard, okay? Because I fucked it up, and I'm grieving, all right? Savages! Back in my day, them fancy computers had an A and B drive. I still appreciate the inner 12-year-old popping out every so often. Gives me hope. Yeah, bro. I mean, it's for real. It does happen. It does happen from time to time. Bro, I forgot all about this. Shame on me.
Give me a hell yeah! What? What?
Just saying, throwing that one out there. Forgot that I had that queued up. It's only been 19 days since we last met. I was so surprised when I heard from George. Well, I excused myself earlier so as not to intrude. But when I told Yuna and Altina you were here, they insisted upon coming to say hello. Well, yeah, we promised we'd all go get together. And you, instructor, why didn't you invite me? Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I probably should have. Are you implying that the hamsters were living in the beard? No, that was one of the sources of the hamster's strength. They gathered nutrients from my fucking beard, bro. It siphoned nutrients from my beard. And, you know. No, it's my fault. I should have let you all know I'd be stopping by. No, you've got nothing to apologize for, Elise. But hey, aren't you headed to Heimdall? The last train's gonna leave soon, isn't it? Well, about that. Elise will be spending tonight at the dorms. Neobiology, let's go. Get after it. What? For real? Yay! I suspected that might be the case. Will you perhaps be spending the night locked away with Instructor Reen in his room? Absolutely not. The real beard is the friends we made along the way. Are you implying that you keep forgetting things because there's no hamsters living in your head hair? They live in the empty space in between my ears. Words on a line, yes. Facts. She'll be staying in the guest room tonight. I checked with the principal earlier, and in her words, Elise can stay for as many nights as she pleases. She would say that. Oh, in that case, Elise. Instead of some boring old guest room, why don't you stay with us? Huh. You're fine with it, right, Allie? No objections. Commence pajama party. No. She should stay with Tita and me, after all. I was her underclassman at St. Astraea. Oh, yes. I'd be more than happy to have her stay with us. This is getting way too noisy. If this keeps going, they'll tear her in too. Well, since you've got the opportunity, why not take them up on their offer, Elise? I agree, but as a teacher, I recommend you don't stay up too late. In that case... I would love to join you all for the night. Something sus going on. Something sus. Muse. Suse.
Looks like you've kept this place clean.
Hold on, the place is clean, and I gotta use the bathroom because I'm just overly hydrated. BRB. Hi.
Though the building itself may be old, everything inside is well organized.
I'm sure you can thank Celestin for that. You don't have to go through the trouble of cleaning my room, though. I can take care of it myself. I mean, Reen, let's not be... If she wants to clean the room, bro, I mean, let her clean the room.
Yes, I can tell. However, the hard-to-reach spots could use some attention.
Well, I've been pretty busy, you know.
Oh, I know. Don't worry, I'll give your room a thorough cleaning tomorrow. There should be no problems, provided I get back by evening.
I mean, alright, that's fine. No, I couldn't possibly ask that of you. She offered, bro. Since you came to visit, I should show you around.
Knowing you, you'll be working even on your off days, am I right? I don't intend to get in the way of you helping out your school or your students. I came to visit and volunteered to help out of my own free will, so please go about your business as usual.
Elise. Fine, you win. But we're eating breakfast and lunch together at least. I won't let you get out of that.
I accept your conditions. Oh, and Reen, here are the letters from Father and Master Yoon.
Ah, thanks for bringing those to me. I guess Master came back to visit while I was away in Crossbell, huh? I would have liked to have seen him, but I guess that's how it was meant to be. But why didn't Dad just send these directly to me?
Those letters weren't sent to me through the post office, but a shipping company.
Oh!
Perhaps he did it for your sake.
I see. Did he do that in case the letters were inspected? Does that mean there's sensitive information in them?
Reen? Did something happen between you and Father?
No, why do you ask?
When you came home at the end of last year, there seemed to be something off between the two of you. I can't imagine what it might be, but did something happen at the end of the Civil War?
You could say
and could that something have led to a rift between you and Father?
I'm glad to finally see you again, my son. You've grown into a fine young man. Indeed, the Empire will soon know of the Azure Chevalier, the hero whose brave deeds allowed us to reclaim the capital.
What's up, Ichi? How are you, Brohim? There's no need to worry, we're not fighting or anything. I'm still Dad's beloved son. Bro, I was trying to trim it down a little bit, and I just, you know, it happens. I went too deep. And, here's where we stand. And him, Mom, and you are all my family. Nothing will ever change that.
Right.
A fresh start? Bro, I wish it didn't have to be, though. That was probably like a solid year's worth of growth. Now I can watch you grow in 2 days. Bro, you can watch me grow in fucking 2 seconds. You keep talking to me that way. All done getting ready for your sleepover?
Excuse us?
Yo,
Everyone.
Eavesdropping much? Yeah.
We just finished getting the bed all set up.
I went and brought back some extra pajamas, too.
Oh, because I've sensed your presence there for some time now.
Oh.
Yeah. Lord Navasa, she loves it. She fucking loves it. She was like, oh my gosh, what happened? I was like, I don't want to fucking talk about it. First thing she did, let's take a picture together. I'm like, yeah, right, sure. Rascal. Forgot to tell you, I had you on low volume while playing your reactions for them in the birdcage. Scared the shit out. Yo, my bad, bro. That's my bad, big dog. Hey, Grumpy Tiger, how are you, my man? All is well on this end. How are you? Happy wife, happy life. Loki, she hates that saying too. But I say it all the time.
Told you he sends us.
Bro, like, what? Like, that was crazy, bro. I was so, like, I didn't want to leave Crossbell. I still want to go back.
Oh, don't act like you weren't just as curious as the rest of us, Altina. The Schwarzer siblings alone together. A forbidden delight sweeter than the finest confection.
Go, doing better after work. Getting back to Cold Steel 4 before you lap me, bro. Nah. Do your thing, my man. How the heck are you, though? How was, I mean, like, much better after work, though. How's Cold Steel 4 been treating you? Spray bottle, Muse? Yeah, she's a savage. Something's up with this one.
Muse?
Ah, that's it. It's been so long since you've scolded me like that, Elise.
Wow.
You're all making way too much racket. Don't go around shouting in the halls. I'm trying to take a cat nap here and... Ow! What do you think you're doing?
You should join us, Celine.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I dig Muse so far, but she's just like, she's a super question mark for me. I have no friggin' clue, like, what she's all about. Like, who is she? Obviously connected to Elise. Connected to Princess Alphen. I'm just past the prologue. Got a bit sidetracked with the new game that came out, but it's getting out of my system. So much I want to say about Cold Steel 4, but mum's the word. I appreciate it, man, and I'm glad you're back to it, though, dude. Tita's favorite in the group, because nostalgia, for sure, dude.
There are so many things I need to ask you.
Good thinking. I'm sure Celine has plenty of juicy details about her instructor's school days.
I love how much growth, like, obviously Muse, we don't know very much about, but, like, the growth of Yuna, Altina, for sure, and Tita, all the same, man. It's crazy. It's such a good feeling.
Juicy details? Oh, we're gonna have so much fun tonight.
Well, on that note, good night, Reen.
Yeah, good night. Try not to stay up too late. Savage. I love this song. It's so good, dude. Girl time. Come on in, fam. Ah, I can't believe what an angel Instructorine is. Her uniform is simply perfect and she's just so pure. She's a student council president at St. Estrella Girls' School, right? Kurt, go talk to her. Put that obnoxiously handsome face of yours to work and ask if we can join too. Come on. I refuse. You guys know tomorrow's our free day, right? So that's Schwarzer's sister, huh? But I guess they aren't blood related. But if that's the case, then... Dear Reen, it has been some time last I laid eyes on you. Well, last I laid eyes on you was before you left for the academy. So, 2 years ago? Teo showed me a recent picture of you, and I could tell at a glance you've grown into a fine young man. I don't know if I should give him like an older voice. I've no doubt you've hit among the, you're a hit among the ladies, but knowing you, that popularity is going completely to waste. Truth be told, I must journey to the eastern half of the continent. Its plight grows worse by the day. The dragon veins are nearly depleted and the barren land spreads. It's a world wholly different from the West. I shan't return to Western Samaria for at least half a year. I would have liked to see you before I left, but I suppose this is Adios' will. Oh, real quick, hello to my handsome hubby. Look at that sexy beard. I love you. Yo, babe. I love you. I hope work's going well. Thanks for dropping in. I had to look over for a sec as I was reading, but... Hi, babe. I love you. I hope the drive down was all right for you. Please, everybody, can we give tons and tons of love to my absolutely stunning wife? Who, as I mentioned yesterday, completed a 27.27 mile walk to raise money for the Jimmy Fund, which is phenomenal. Love you, babe. I hate not having the beard. Walter just coughed on something. Can we get a hell yeah? Bro, say less.
Give me a hell yeah! What? What?
All day long, baby. I hear you earned yourself the title of Azure Chevalier for your deeds in the Empire's Civil War. I'm sure there are many things which cause you hesitation and disquiet your heart. The power within you that led you to seek my training, the mystery of your birth, your past, but you needn't worry over such things. The knowledge I passed down to you was that of the seventh form, the blade that brings a flash of light to drive back the darkness. Mastering this form is more difficult than any other. I do not know if you are even capable of such a feat yet. 10 years ago, it was you I chose to be my final disciple. Not Cassius, not Arios. I chose you, and you alone, to be the final blade to complete the 8 leaves. In this time of turbulence, become that flashing blade which illuminates the darkness, even if for the briefest moment. I believe you and those comrades whose souls are intertwined with yours are capable of this. Goodbye for now. Once I have returned from the East and we have reunited, I shall impart to you my final teachings. Yun Kafai. How does he always do that? He writes as though he knows everything I've done and sees right through me. Eastern Zemeria. In recent years, it's grown barren, and there's less and less fertile land to go around. I'm sure Master doesn't need me to worry about him. No, it's not my place to worry about him. It's friggin' precious, dude. The seventh form is void, emptiness, darkness. Yet it also a blade that brings a flash of light to illuminate that darkness. He's always told me that, but I think I'm finally starting to understand. I think it's a bit too much to call me the final blade to complete the 8 leaves. But at the very least, I want to be strong enough to protect my friends and students. And in order to do that, I need to overcome this wall. I've also got this letter from Dad. So there's Arios, Reen, Annalise, Cassius, Reen, Arios, Annalise, Cassius, Richard, Colonel Richard. I think Annalise counts for sure. Alan was trained by Cassius, who was a member of the 8 Leaf School. So I think that counts Richard. Come on! Ipso facto, not formally, but I believe that he is a disciple of the 8 Leaf School. It doesn't have to be a direct disciple. Just because Michael Jordan taught somebody a jump shot, who then taught me Michael Jordan's jump shot, I'm a disciple of fucking Michael Jordan here. Just saying. If I learned my fucking jumper through somebody who learned their jumper through Larry Legend Bird, I learned from fucking Larry Bird. I'm a disciple. There. That's it. A letter he needed Elise to hand deliver to me. Well, it actually does matter since the direct teachings are passed from Yun-Ka-Fai himself. It's possible for people like Alan, Julia, and even Elise to learn 8 leaves offhand in Cassius Reen. Oh, from Cassius and Reen, excuse me. They can't be a disciple to the one forms for that reason. Yeah, all right. Man, you guys are fucking just not bending on this one, huh? It's all right. I'm still going with those 5. Ha! Dear Reen. It is just facts. You're right. You're right. It's also just fiction. 8 leaves is serious business, right? Everybody's handing it to me. Yeah. It's been a while since we last talked, huh? About 6 months or so, I'd guess. Judging from your last letter, you seem to be well. I'm sure Elise mentioned it, but Master Ka-Fai visited Ymir in late May. He left a letter for you, so I sent it to Elise via a reliable source so she could deliver it to you in person. I'd also like to tell you that which I promised I would. I imagine by now you know about your birth father. Elise had her suspicions, but your mother and I immediately knew something was amiss when you last visited. First off, I need to apologize for not telling you sooner. I've known Gileath Osborne for about 40 years. His family were commoners from the north, but his father and mine were acquainted. When he lost his family to an avalanche, we took him in. He was 13 years old at the time. I was only 5 then, so I looked up to him as an older brother. Once he was 17, he left Ymir and enrolled at Thor's. After his graduation, he joined the army and was promoted at a remarkable rate. Because of this, the nobles took notice and tried to quash his rise through the ranks. Even after my father passed on and I took over Ymir, Gileath continued to keep in contact. Until that day 14 years ago. It had been 3 years since I heard his voice.
I want you to take in a child. You must cut all ties with me and never speak a word of this to that child. I'm sorry, Teo. You're the only one I can turn to.
I accepted his request and immediately took a horse out to the place he told me. The rest you should know. The moment I saw the child, I knew it was his. I knew Gileath was married and had a child. I'd even seen pictures. But seeing the child up close, he resembled his mother more than anything. Even so, I chose to forget all that and take that child in as a member of the Schwarzer family. Fortunately, Lucia agreed and Elise warmed up to him in no time. From then on, it all felt like a wondrous dream. That child grew up into a man any parent would be proud of. Of course, Elise was proud of her dear older brother as well. I knew he worried about the mysterious power deep within him. But he studied under Master Ka-Fai in order to get it under control. We, his parents and his sister, will always be proud of him. He is an irreplaceable member of our family. Much has changed since then, yet I know he is still the same young man we all love. My older brother Gileath was kind and dependable. I know he would not have left his child were there any other choice. That said, I refuse to give you back to him. Even if it comes down to bare-knuckle brawl between us, even if I have no chance of winning, I will never let you go. Above all, I want to make sure you knew this. That's why I wrote to you today. Sorry it took me so long, such a long letter to say it. Say hi to Elise for me. Sincerely, Dad. Anytime, even in a video game where it's fiction, dude, anytime there's like family involved, I always think about it, man, because like I connect myself to the story and to that character, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying like Reen has issues with his, I mean, it's a most peculiar case for sure, but coming from a place where I wasn't close, yeah, like I have family issues for sure, dude, so this stuff always brings it up. I'm so blessed to have such wonderful family and friends. And on top of that, now I have great coworkers and students. But I need to make sure I'm not over-reliant on them. I'm really glad Teo did this and told him about his history with Osborn, though. It really opens you up to the past about Osborn, too. It definitely does. And you gotta wonder where the fuck it went wrong, dude. Crimson Hawker, can I ask you something in all seriousness? Are you a parent? Do you have children? Unfortunately not. Got a newborn nephew, though. Okay. I'm just gonna tell you right now. With my son being 2.5, he wouldn't understand the weight of something like this, but, you know, I know it's just a video game, but I think about it a little bit more deeply in that regard. It's something heavy. It's a big responsibility. That would be a very, very large burden to bear, I feel. You must know something about my powers. And what really happened that day 14 years ago. What happened to my birth mother? P.S. He did contact me just once after the incident, though it was simply as a request from the Imperial Chancellor to a local baron. 12 years ago, he asked for me to introduce him to a young noble from the Alborea family to whom I was teaching falconry at the time. In retrospect, I feel my introduction to him was a prelude to recent events, such as the Civil War and the occupation of Crossbell. It's possible this isn't relevant, but I thought I'd let you know anyway. Ouroboros, the Black Workshop, the Enforcers, the Jaegers, the Gnomes, and that masked man. And the Ironbloods he founded. I'm seeing more of the big picture little by little, but the truth is still shrouded in darkness. You need to light the way, Reen Schwarzer. Be the shining blade that cuts through the darkness. Damn. Super heavy, man, but like, so good. It's almost like this twisted, like I like to feel vulnerable like that by the feelings, dude. So far, rating for Cold Steel 3?
Requests.
So far? Dude, I can't even. I can't. Yeah, Dark Fantasy Realms is true, dude. You're slowly getting a piece here and a piece there, the ultimate puzzle that is Cold Steel. Oof, the Bruhfish definitely knocks it down a peg, though, for sure. Bro, the Bruhfish went extinct? I hate that. Yeah, I can't put like a numerical value on it though. A 0 out of 10, can't go back to cross. Dude, I wish I could. Thank you. Follow your dream job. I realized what I want to do with my life. Starting today, I'm giving everything. Excuse me, I've got to getting my dream job. But before that, could I ask you about something? I'll be waiting by the bridge in town. Hello, Reen. I have a favor to ask. If you have the time, would you be able to come by my Sunday school class and teach for a little while? I'm sure the children would love to meet you. Come visit me at the chapel for more details. Rosine. Yo, get after it, Ichi. Enjoy, man. You're a savage. I love you. I have a new trial for you. It's been designed based on the data taken from the previous 2. All members of Class 7 and that talking cat will participate. Report to the Keep's control room as soon as you're ready. Schmidt. Oh, looks like we've got quite a few this time. My word, you're still running around playing errand boy on top of all of your teaching duties? You never change, do you, Reen? Yeah, definitely wants to take the cat out now. And not for like a nice seafood dinner either. I just love the slow burn. Yo, Dark Fantasy Realms, I'm the same way. There are times, like I've talked about, like where sometimes I'll get impatient, but I know that the payoff is gonna be fucking extraordinary. Is there anything I can do to help? I'll let you know if I come across anything I could use help with. That said, you've been just as busy as I have. Make sure you get some rest yourself. Sorry to have to be the bearer of bad news again. Ocean Gale bullied me into it. The greatest art of all time, Yggdrasil, also went extinct. I didn't even know courts and arts can go... Wait, really? There's no Yggdrasil either? That is a fucking shame. Why would they get rid of such a beautiful art? Whoa, 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 Dark Fantasy Realms. I'm gonna need you to walk that one back. Please. Please. Whether or not it was good, I just liked the way it looked. It was shiny. The animations were splendid. I loved it. That's all it was for me. That's quite literally all it was for me. You're certainly one to talk, but very well. I shall rest up. Hey, and Ocean Gale, you know I love you, right? Don't send the Bonk Master to do your fucking job, bro. You just come right out and say it. You disappoint me like a real friend should. Game is lost. It's just do exclamation point ticket space, however many you would like. Hey, I didn't think Invalid would immediately toss me under the bus along with Reen in my defense. Well, that's the thing, man. You just gotta come right out and say it. Don't give anybody the opportunity to throw you under the bus. Boom, game is lost. 20 deep, let's go. I suppose I may as well if I'm to be staying here another day anyway. Because of this morning. Miss Elise, spend one more night here. It would wound my pride as an Erebonian noble if I were to let you leave without treating you to a feast. She sure knows how to get her way. I just thought it fits the overall theme of this game. Under the bus thrown. Facts. Nice, everybody buying some tickets. Let's go. Whose bright idea was it to make someone like her the principal? Well, it would be rude of me to decline such a generous offer. She contacted my school for me, so I'll be fine as long as I leave early tomorrow. Just go out about your work like you usually do, Reen. Got it, thanks. Well, I'll be off now. Do be careful. Mr. Celestin, can you tell me where the tool storage room is? But of course, I'll guide you there if you'll excuse us. got some errands of my own to take care of. There are some finishing touches that need to be done for the training, so let me know when you're headed to the keep. Sure thing, thanks, Celine. Yeah, see you later. Cruising for a bruising. All right, time to get going. I'll head to Professor Schmidt's place once I'm done with the other requests. Oh, new message, let's go. Oh, that's right, dude. All right. Oof, you know we're gonna have to. You know we're gonna have to with Elise. With Elisa. Gee willikers, huh? Yes, the Tubba Dubba Dooba. Dude, Dark Fantasy Realms, I have to. I have to. It's the bath. Maybe I should wash off all the sweat from my training. Oh yeah, I guess Elise took a bath with Yuna and the others yesterday. Seems like they all had fun. You here? Oh, gee whiz. Hey, Ash, taking a quick bath before you go out? Yeah, I couldn't relax in here last night. Were you not feeling well? No, I would have been fine if not for the loud one, the fluffy one, and your sister. I was trying to have a soak in peace, but they were just so damn noisy over there. Yeah, I can picture that. Sorry about that, I guess. See, I can't believe our principal is that demon woman, but this bath's all right. She's got good taste. Ignoring that first part, I'll agree with you. Are you a fan of the bathhouses too, Ash? I guess we've got that in common at least. Back home, I only ever took showers. That was always enough for me. You're from Rockwell? Rockwell? In the west of the Empire, it's situated in a valley, right? Yeah, it's an entertainment city. Don't see many of those in the Empire. Raquel, thank you. Heh. Raquel. Raquel. Yeah, you look in the right spots there, you can find some special bathhouses. You like bathing so much, maybe you should go check them out. It's Raquel. Yo, Ocean Gale, it's all good, brother. Hey, it's all good. It's okay to not be right. I do it every fucking day of my life. It seems like you run off to Heimdall every so often. I hope you're not doing anything like that there. Who knows? I admit, I would like to check out that spa place next to the race course, though. Ah, the famous hot bath salon. I've actually been wanting to try it out myself. You use the excuse a ton like 12 years ago, still works. My man. Oh yeah, you're from some famous hot springs town, ain't you? Heard you can even go snowboarding too. Haha, you know your stuff. Though, you can only snowboard in the winter. Yo, can I call you Mr. Smith? Mr. Anderson. Damn it. I didn't come here planning to chit-chat like that. I'd say that's the third benefit of a bath. How'd you like it if Class 7 took a trip to Ymir one of these days? No wit. Well, maybe I'll think about it. Raquel is my brother's girlfriend's name, so by the time I got to this part, I was like, oh, that name is easy. Really? Is it spelt the same way, Dan? Super steamy. Whoa. Wait, can I not? Damn, man. That's like, I have my friend's wife, her name is Siobhan. And it's not spelled anything like it sounds. It's spelled Siobhan. So it's like Siobhan, Siobhan. Yeah, it's like the old, I think it's Gaelic or Celtic, like the Celtic Gaelic way. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it's like the Irish way to say it. It's a Spanish name. I like it. Not something I've heard around here. Hi. Whose room am I in? Uh-huh. Never mind. Say less. No, we were going to do Arcus 2. Elisa's getting one of them for sure. Good morning, Reen. I bet you're up bright and early. I'm on my way to Jirai with Sharon for a business trip. We'll be passing by Leaves, so maybe if I'm lucky, I'll catch you through the window. I wanted to ask you something, too. The branch campus has a facility called Untitled Keep, doesn't it? I've been curious about it since I heard about it. I'd love to hear more about it from you sometime. A business trip to Jirai, huh? Her workload must be nuts. Yeah, Ocean Gale, it's most certainly something you don't see a ton. Then again, she's got Sharon, so I know she'll always be well taken care of. And I can see why she'd be curious about the keep, too. Well, with all that new technology involved. I could always show her the place if she has enough time to drop by Leaves. Reen decided to call Elisa. Hi, Reen. It's always nice to hear from you. Hey, Lothars, I get it, my man. I hope you have a great night's sleep, and I hope you and the family have an excellent start to your Tuesday, brother. Much love to you and them, my guy. I'm glad. I got your message, by the way. I wanted to ask you something. If you've got time before Jirai, do you think you could stop by Leaves? I could tell you, but it'd probably be better to show you the keep in person. You can do that? Yeah, that's true. Do you think it's okay, Sharon? There shouldn't be any problems with our schedule. There's nothing quite like some quality sensual bonding to perk you right up before work. Sharon, well, there you have it. We're not that far from Leaves right now, so I won't be long. Then I called you right on time. I'll pick you up at the station. Reen then met up with Elisa and Sharon at the station. So this is Leaves. Such a nice little place. Plus, I'm glad I get to see you again so soon, Reen. Yeah, it's good to see you too. And I hope you're doing well too, Sharon. Oh, I'm in perfect health, thank you. My wounds have completely healed. I'm simply glad to have been able to escort my lady back into your arms, Master Reen. That's quite enough, Sharon. The blushy cheeks. Anyway, can you show us the way to the keep? Sure thing, it's at the branch campus. This is Untitled Keep. Our training session is scheduled here later today. So this is it, huh? It's just like I was told. Indeed, it would appear so. Out of curiosity, why did you want to see this keep so much? Well, it's true I'm curious simply because it's a state-of-the-art facility, but it seems this thing was made with Rhineford technology. My mother saw to that. I guess she took on this place on her own in order to make Professor Schmidt's design a reality. Completely under the radar, just like with the new railway cannons. And you didn't know about it at all? It's embarrassing to admit, but no, not a thing. If something this crazy was hidden so well, I'm sure that there are tons of other nasty surprises lurking under the surface. Lisa. Reen, do you think I could try out the keep too? I can't stand that I don't know anything about something my family was involved with. I'm going to investigate the crap out of this place and to catch up on Mother while I'm at it. All right, Elisa. The new Class 7 has a test here after this, but I'm sure it'll be fine if I talk to the professor. I'd like to join you if you don't mind, as my way of supporting you. I shall participate as well. After all, I would go through fire and water for you, my lady. Thanks, Reen. You too, Sharon. After that, the three of them went into the keep. I made the new Laura? Uh-oh, I'm scared. I'm anxious, but is it a very cursed one? I just noticed that Elisa has an exceedingly high number of belts, even without the trench coat. Belts are a thing, it seems. I rate it 3 out of 10 in terms of curse. All right. I'm looking forward to seeing it, though. Absolutely. Reen called the professor to explain the situation. He then agreed to help out with a training course before Class 7's trial. They decided to try one of the sub-routes based on the older levels. Ah, okay, so yeah, this is the old dungeon crawl action. And I love this jam too, dude. It's great. Belts, have you seen Kingdom Hearts? Have you seen Lulu in Final Fantasy X? Game over. That's it. Okay, come on, Reen. Sharon, let's go. Yeah, you got it. Our exploration of the level 2 sub-route begins now. Let's be off in that case. No, I gotta have something else that'll boost. Now I'll leave it. I don't remember this bonding event at all. Like, I'm pretty sure I did it, then just forgot about it right after. Oh, man, I hope it's not that lackluster.
Let's get started.
Yes, that's what we're gonna do. That's at least the game plan here. You want belts? Just ask any mother. True. Ooh, increases damage to enemies in break state? Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah.
Hey-ya! Now's our chance.
Second form, Gale!
It's my turn. Here I come.
Just absolutely shredding him, dude. Holy smokes. Oh, Sharon. You are a bad mamma jamma.
There!
Oh, but wait a tick. We don't have a moon lens on, do we? That's okay. I have to be on guard.
Hey-ya! Now's our chance.
Second form, Gale!
Yes. Here I come.
No loot spawns during sub-levels in Einhell Keep. Since they're bonding events, they... okay. Wampa, wampa, wampa. As per usual.
You won't get away.
We're not letting you get away.
Molten storm.
Sorry, birds.
Now.
I want my bird.
An opening! Let's go. It's my turn. Ha!
Wampa.
It's down!
It's mine! Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes!
It's my turn. Sit!
Uh-huh.
It's down!
It's mine!
Sit!
Whew, this is a good spot for a break.
Still nothing new? It's a bummer and a half. Ah, no, we're good. Ugh, these things, dude. One last hurdle. No way that's stopping us. Get in my lady's way and I will cut you down.
The enemy is strong. Please brace
Such
yourselves.
a banger, dude.
Let's go! Radical design!
Second form, Gale! Now!
It's mine! My turn.
How does it go on the ground? Where there's a will, there's a way, apparently.
You won't get away.
Molten storm! It's my turn. How does this suit you?
Holy shit, dude.
Second form, Gale! Now!
It's mine!
This is it!
It's my turn.
Let's go! Raging fire formation!
Leave this to me. How does this suit you?
This is gonna hurt me a lot more than it's gonna hurt you.
Yes!
You won't get away.
I'm just trying not to let him get away.
Now! Reed, let's go!
Yeah.
Got it!
Super fucking dead.
Yes.
It's my turn. Sit!
Wicked
Everyone
good.
Okay? All right, got it.
We did it!
We did it. Yeah, we really earned that win. So that concludes the level 2 sub-route. Well done, you two. Right back at you. I never knew that there was so much to Einhell Keep. I get the basics of how it works, but there's a lot in here that's totally beyond me. It's an enigma. At least we were able to complete our goal. There's something so satisfying about seeing lovers work together to solve problems. Lovers? No, we're not. Damn it, Sharon. I love it. Anyway, I really appreciate you taking me through the keep like this. Thanks, Reen. My pleasure. Actually, Elisa, are you heading out right away? Sharon, ditch Elisa and join our party. If you have some time, I'd like to show you around the branch campus. Really? Well, if you're offering, how could I resist? I still have some time before my train, and I'm curious about what your day-to-day is like. In that case, I'll excuse myself. Far be it from me to intrude on a romantic outing for two. Actually, The offer stands for you too, Sharon. Oh, Reen. You are too... Like, Reen literally just cock-blocked himself. Fucking Reen. My man. You're too kind. I'd actually intended to drop into my old dear friend Celestin. Not to mention, I can't imagine you need a third. Not at this point in your relationship anyway. Oh! Sharon! Take all the time you need. You can find me when you're done. So Sharon's basically just throwing it out there like, you guys don't need a fucking menage yet, but maybe. Just when I think she's out of ways to embarrass me. On the bright side, it sounds like we've got time for the full tour. Plot twist, Sharon is meeting Anton? Imagine. What do you say, Elisa? Let's go. After that, Reen and Elisa walked around the school, all the while reminiscing about their time at Thor's. Anton, my man. Oh, I can't beard flick anymore. I can't give you guys that. Now it just looks like I'm flipping you off, not trying to. My poor beard, I miss it greatly. Nah, I just can't get enough of the atmosphere here. It makes me feel like I'm back at the main campus. Yeah, me too. Even if it's a new building at a new location, Thor's is still Thor's. Neo swearing in Italian? Yeah. Yeah, you said it. With the keep and all the facilities here, it's clear my mother was involved to some degree. You weren't even told about the keep at all, right? I will say the interactions with Elisa feel super weird if you don't bond with her in the first 2 games. Yeah, I could see that for sure. Does that mean you don't get certain information, even as the project manager of the development division? I'm sure if I'd seen it, if I'd seen through it and grilled her on the matter, Mother would have told me. But each production division is independent of the others, and each has their own project to deal with. Ever since the Civil War, the whole company got bigger, making it even more difficult to see the big picture. The new railway cannons, for example. By the time Grandfather and I had even heard of them, development was already underway. That's kind of frightening. Granted, the 4th Development Division has its own share of top-secret projects it's working on there, too. But even so, I don't approve of Mother greenlighting projects like the railway cannons and the keep. Lately, it's been feeling like she's even more distant than usual. Elisa. Sorry about that. I was just venting. I feel a little better now. I can't even talk to Sharon about this kind... Yeah, dude. Way to man up. You'll be all right, Elisa. You put your blood, sweat, and tears into your work at the Rhineford Group. And because of all that, you became the project manager in a single year, right? So hold your head up high. I know how hard you've been working. Reen. But whenever you start to feel worried, I'll always be there to listen to you vent. We've got the round of 7 now, too. So if that helps take some of the weight off your shoulders, then...
Gosh, don't spoil me too much or I'll get used to it.
Oh, adorable.
Please, just let me do this for now. That's all I need. Makes me feel like I can keep going.
Elisa, of course. Yo, Sharon, straight up spying. I love it, man. After a little while, the two pulled away from each other. Sharon then appeared to notify them about the train, almost as if she'd planned it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Reen's like, hey guys, hate to see you go, but I'd love to watch you leave. And after that, Reen reluctantly said goodbye to the two of them as they embarked on their journey to Jirai. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Wow. That was a 2-for-1. All right. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Before, I wanted to go and see. She was in. Hold on. Student store. That's what I was looking for first. Yo, what? You play Vantage Masters too, bro? Welcome, Instructor Reen. Looking for something? Why are you here, Stark? Well, Becky had some work to do in the city, so she asked me to cover for her. Oh, I see. I guess if anyone would be a perfect fit, it'd be you, Stark. Haha. Yeah, after all, I already have plenty of experience thanks to all the field exercises. That said, Becky's already finished most of the work that needed to be done around here herself. I'm just here to watch the store. Haha. Becky never misses a beat, does she? Tell me about it. I didn't want to ask for money, so she ended up paying me in Vantage MasterCards instead. Maybe we could play a round or two if you have a moment. Sure, I don't mind. Though, technically you're still on the clock, so let's not play too much. Nice. Speaking of card games, I'm pretty into this one called Blade 2. Yeah! Blade, now that takes me back. I used to play it a lot when I was a student. Oh, really? I'm surprised you've even heard of it. Blade's a game that's existed since ancient times. But as it turns out, it's not actually that well known. It's kind of unfortunate. I myself learned how to play from this older kid who lived in my neighborhood. Oh, is that so? An older kid who lived near Stark. Come to think of it, the one who brought Blade to Tristan in the first place was. No way. It couldn't be, could it? Crow.
Just tell me what you need.
I sure will. Blade. Say less.
Take care.
Wait, my bad.
Gotta restock? Come again.
Yeah, I will. You just hold your horses, Buster. We're gonna save up first. We're gonna do a game of Vantage Masters before we call it a night. Yeah!
Please, go easy on me.
Me? All right. Actually not a bad lineup. Yeah, we don't have enough. Imagine that. Wampa. Oh, no. No. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to end turn. Holy shit, man. Yo, fifth in line. I will save in that third slot, my man. I'd say Becky is being cheap, but I also know how those cards appreciate in value. Oh, really now? Whoa. Come on. Bro, you know you did. What a savage. Oh. Bet. Oh, don't have enough. I just want 3 copies of Ash Blossom without having to pay the price for 2 AAA games. 2,000? Dude, F all that noise. Oh, damn, Daniel. Like, I don't want to put him on the front line, but... Oh, yes, please. Woo! Locked up.
You're good,
Whoa.
instructor.
Wonderful. Thief! Stop, thief. Very well. So, now that, with that out of the way, where in the clubhouse are we going? Uh-huh. Another training hall? Bro, I'm scared about that one. Ah, right. Nope, sorry. Not for you, Muse. However... Oh, Jesus God, no. Do I do the same strat as before? Holy shit. Oh, right. Golly, dude, I was so nervous. I was like, oh, no! Getting in some sword training today, Principal? Of course, an unused blade will rust after all. By the by, you're still looking for a way to control your power, correct? I imagine this means sparring is off the table. You're right on all accounts, I'm afraid. Nothing gets by this woman, does it? The survival instinct kicked in hard, dude. I was like, okay, what do we do? Which reminds me, I heard your sister Elise delivered you a letter from Yun Ka-Fai, the infamous sword hermit. You know, I've heard that he and his master Arsaid, and Master Arsaid once crossed swords. I've heard the same. They say that there was no clear winner, but that didn't matter. Both men, were more enthralled by the fight than a victory. Clearly, we know similar storytellers. There are so many different martial arts. But when you trace them back to their roots, you find a multitude of commonalities. Commonalities? Well, I guess someone who has mastered both the Arsaid and Vander schools would know better than anyone. I wouldn't say I've mastered anything, though I suppose there aren't many who could reach the level I have. Which makes 100-form military combat a fitting choice for the Imperial Army. 100-form military combat? The style draws its 100 forms from the Arsaid and Vander schools, right? I can't imagine it gets too much use on the battlefield, but it seems like a smart martial art to teach soldiers. Indeed. If it's good enough for the likes of Craig the Red and Nightheart the Mighty, it's good enough for the rank and file. That's for sure. But I've rambled long enough. I want to see your branch campus-style 100 military form combat in action. Huh? Wait, is someone outside? I know you can hear me, Wayne. Stop lurking and come in here. Don't make me say it a second time. Yes, ma'am. Good luck, Wayne. You'll need it. Sorry, Wayne. Wayne has become deceased. All right. Oh. Boom, bang, boom. Guys. 12:05 already. That's where we're going to wrap things up. The inevitable wrap-up. So... But now we get to see who's on. Height, like... I think you should save. Hey, I dig it. I can save. Multiple saves. Who is on? Who is on? Who is playing? Who is on? Lots of retro tonight. How about... Decisions, huh? All right. We're going to get this queued up. Oh. Yo, Ethan Anime Video Games. Right on, dude. Good pull. Who are we going to see then, man? Who are we going to go and raid, my dude? Good pull. Good thing I looked over. Everybody that is not coming through in the raid, thank you very, very much. Always, from the bottom of my heart. I can't do it without you guys. I appreciate everything that we have here. I appreciate all of you for everything. All the great vibes, all the laughs, even if some are at my expense. I'm a good sport. Just gonna say that. But for real, get some great rest. Have an excellent start to your Tuesday. I love you guys. Thank you. Stay excellent. So we're gonna go see HM Killa. What are they playing, Ethan Anime Video Games? What might they be playing? Everybody, good night, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you, my friends. Hey, Leia, thank you. Thank everybody. The most incredible mods. You know, everybody. Playing some Smash Bros. All right, guys. We're going to turn it over to HM Killa. So, please, everybody, again, stay safe, stay excellent. Have an awesome night. We'll see you back here tomorrow. I love you. Be good.